What we do here is go back.
Hello there, everyone. I didn't even press the wrong button. Shut the fuck up. I'm Kevin Logan. And joining me as ever, it would not be a happy hour without her. It's the non-standard unit of distance measurer, Dr. Christy Winters. How are you?
Did you hear a pinging noise? Was that because you hit the wrong button?
No.
I heard like a dink. Okay, I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that
I'm
was
sure
either.
it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, Kevin. So besides alive, how you doing? How you feeling? 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, isn't that what England scored yesterday?
Oh right, sorry. I thought you were doing I thought that was like a rap thing or something.
Oh no.
Like, you know, they go 1-1. Like that. No.
Like the 3-1-3? No, I don't think so. Everybody in the 3-1-3, put your hands in the air.
We're down with
me.
We're down with OPP. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, that's a little B Rabbit reference there for all you Eminem, for all of you over 40.
Yeah. Did you see he's killing
Shady
Slim
off.
Shady? Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Which is like a part of my youth.
Well, I mean, Eminem is like a couple months younger than me, so he's like 52 now. I think it's time. I think Slim Shady had his time.
Also, let's be honest, he's less slim than he was. You know. We all get there. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
It is a thing, though. It is a thing. Thank you, Welshie Jim, with 5 gifted subs. Much love.
Ooh, wow, that's a lot.
That is a kick off to the show. Thank you.
Everybody in the 3-1-3, put your hands in the air and follow me.
I said a hip, hop, the hippy dippy happy dippy hippy dippy happy. You don't stop the rock. Anyway, that was good. That was triple OG.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway. I
don't even think they play that on the radio anymore.
I don't think so. They probably got Me Too'd, I imagine. They all did. I was thinking about that the other day. About Gary Glitter, of all people. I don't know if you're aware of him as a human, Christo.
Oh yeah, yeah, pedo.
Yeah, but he was a famous. He was a 50s revival rock and roll pop artist of the 70s,
Okay.
which is about as near a description as I can give you. And he dressed like a fucking 50s teddy boy, and he was shit. Anyway, but he was mildly popular. Actually, no, he was very popular in the
Wow,
70s.
Kevin, you as a drag queen, I have to say,
Oh no, no!
you-
Look, I am the fishiest
rocks.
bitch in the room.
That rocks.
Do not even.
Yeah.
I slay. Is all these are things that I'm aware that people say. I don't fully understand the context, but I do know that they use them. Anyway, yeah, someone yassified me, so I thought, oh fuck it, I need a meme.
Yeah,
that
that's
will
good.
do. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I forgot what I was fucking saying now. Anyway, yeah, people getting Me Too'd or something. That wouldn't be on Me Too, I guess, but you get the idea. Christo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we started off last show with Forgiato Blow.
Unfortunately, I do remember
MC
that.
Flogina. Well, you're
Yes.
probably thinking to yourself,
MC Pain.
there's no fucking way in this world that he would start off 2 shows in a row with that, would he?
Oh God. Oh God.
Would
I'd
he?
rather listen to Dancy.
He-
I'd rather listen to fucking Dancy.
There's no way he'd start off
Oh.
with that. That would be crazy.
Did he drop a new fake beat? Or
That
is
would be
this
crazy if he did that. Kill me.
The future of MAGA is here. Forgiato
I
Blow.
like that it's Make America Great Again and America First, and yet the first flag they show is Israel. Okay, I mean that's an interesting concept of first you have there. Okay.
This shit is
Donald
hot.
Trump is your president. 2024, we coming back. Joe Biden in the crowd taking naps. Doing crack. Call me what you want, but don't call me a Democrat. They wanna put
This is almost competent so far. I don't like this.
Well, there is actually like they're not rhyming us with us with us with up.
And there's a bit of a beat and almost, dare I say, almost a flow.
I think he might have gotten in a Ghost Rider.
Yeah, this is clearly like there's an industry plant going on here.
Can you imagine like what Fox News would do if Democrats started wearing Biden shoes?
But yeah, Biden. It's a cult. He's trying to set up a dictatorship. He's an autocrat.
This is
Etc.
all just like the cringe just makes me double up in pain. But okay, let's go.
Yeah.
He's got his simple ABAB rhyme.
Also, I wonder how the
going on.
Converse company feel about this particular use of their training shoe. I don't know.
him in jail, but I write him in even if he's in a cell. I write you in.
You don't need to. You did this
he
last
just try to
time.
rhyme? Wait, did he just try to rhyme jail with cell?
Yeah, seal. If he's in a
Ugh.
seal,
Jail, seal.
Doesn't work.
Or.
but also they made the same mistake twice there. They did this last time. If he's in a cell, you don't need to write him in. He'll still be on the ballot. There's no. Oh, for fuck's sake! Learn the fucking Constitution.
The dead. I'm still coming through your hood in my red hat. I might buy a MAGA chain, let me call my jeweler. I'm exposing all these rhinos like I'm Lord Loomer. We still don't have the
Oh God! He just rhymed jeweler with loomer.
He did, and unironically shouted her out like that was a good thing.
Oh, you know what he found? He found an AI. Oh, he discovered ChatGPT.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
yeah. He's just
That's
using
right,
AI.
yeah.
AI
Yeah.
is a step up. Oh no way!
Clearly. I
Yeah.
mean, his rap game has gotten suspiciously better, and I'm starting to think that he was like, give me a bar that rhymes loomer with something.
Well,
And
who's
he
got
came
that
up with
Laura
Loomer.
Loomer picture where she looks like a fucking Star Wars character or some shit? You'll know what I'm talking about.
Is that the one where she was drunkenly hitting on the Nazi?
No, but she may also have been drunk. That does seem to be a
Okay.
repeating pattern with her. But no, there's one, and she's taking a picture with, I presume, either a fan or a child or something. And she looks, for those, this is a niche reference point, but for people who are 30 plus and UK based, she looked like she had the head of a Bo Selector character. Which, like, it was weird. Oh god, you can buy the gold Trump ones. Oh, and of course they're discounted. They're down from $59 to $17. That is the grossest shit. Who would wear this?
I can't see what you're looking at.
Oh god, well you do. Well, Christy, I'm not sure I should show
Do I
you.
want to?
Yeah,
That's the
they're
question.
just grotesque. Who would want this?
Ew.
Oh.
Oh, are these the one? What? Hot sale? What? 16. Those were going for like I thought $99.
No, they were going for $59.65 and they're down to $16.70.
Well, apparently they must be real hot sellers then, huh? If
Yeah.
they're like basically shipping them or they're paying, they'll ship them to you for cost now.
Pretty much, yeah. And if you spend over $400, you get $65 off. Why am I giving the AliExpress the big up here? Anyway.
Oh, you know what? Those are probably knockoffs.
Well, I don't think they're official Trump branded material, no. But maybe they are. I have no idea.
God.
Trump will sell any old shit, so it's
Oh, he
perfectly
absolutely
possible. Yeah.
any old shit.
Yeah. Anyway, does anyone have that Laura Loomer picture? You definitely do. Do not fucking start with me.
Manifesto from the trans shooter. Your girl like AOC, I want a girl
The trans shooter who wasn't trans. That
Yeah.
one. Oh, okay.
like Brad Cooper. Woo! Real MAGA gang, you know how I'm rocking. Trump train still going, no it ain't stop. We going up, but they want us to fall like Joe Biden. Trump 2024, ain't no other option. Hey, red
Biden and option don't
No.
even
No,
remotely
okay.
rhyme.
We're back to original Flogina lyrics here.
Why did he AI the first verse?
Get him started, I guess. I mean, or
Yeah.
maybe he just peaked with actual rhyming, and then he just went and started like, oh, I'll just like put words that kind of sound near each other.
Yeah.
Wow,
maybe.
this is terrible.
Yeah.
wave come and let them know what's on the way. Tell them liberals I ain't giving up my two-way. They pushing genders in these schools, first we gotta pray. Then after that we say, Donald Trump is your president, 2024 we coming back. Joe Biden in the crowd taking naps. And his son Hunter doing crack. Call me what you want, but don't call me a Democrat. They wanna put
Donald Trump was a Democrat
Yeah.
when he was in New York.
And now he's this is just grift, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just pure grift.
Yeah.
He's just cranking out the shit.
Oh, that one's fake. Oh, that's annoying. Oh. Why'd you go? What you get fucking ruin shit for me? Fucking chat. I'm just trying to have some fun. Take the piss out of people.
him in jail. But I write him in even if he's in a cell. I write you in. Y'all need the dead. I'm still coming through your hood in my red hat. I'm different, but I am not wearing 2 chains. Eminem was cool, but dude changed when he grew fame. America became.
Dude changed. Well, you think he was like mega right wing before he became famous?
Did he just try to like pretend he's 2 Chainz?
He did say I'm not wearing 2 chains, but I don't know if that means he thinks he's like 2 chains.
Just like trying to think of words that rhyme. I think that's where he's going for here. Oh, this is. I'm really glad. I wish I actually. I kind of wish I hadn't eaten before the show because I might get sick after this.
True. Also, yeah, technically, even if he won in 2024, he wouldn't become president until 2025.
How many songs does he have called "Trump is Your President"? Isn't this is another title he has? The Trump is Your President.
No, you're thinking Christie. Hang on,
No, there was Black President, but I'm pretty sure he's got another one that says "Trump is Your President," or maybe that's just a staple line.
What was his name? Hang on. What was his name? Baked Alaska. Had one called Trump is Your President. So I think we'll take a listen to that.
Yeah, let's take a break from this shit and listen to this other shit.
Why doesn't it have the actual video for that anymore?
Maybe they don't have felons on YouTube.
Really, Christy? Are you sure? Are you sure, Christy? Are you sure?
No, I'm really not, to be honest.
Fair enough. Song. Someone has to have the fucking video. It has to be out there somewhere, people. Find me. Trump is your president. Trump is your president. Trump is your president. He is your president. Song. Now.
And what about the police song? Is that still up?
We love our cops. Law
Law
enforcement.
Didn't somebody do a mix-up of him getting arrested with that song on it?
Probably. I don't know. Why the fuck? R.I.P. Baked Alaska. I don't think he's dead, but there is a video that's called that. Why is it? I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Hang on, if I just put Baked Alaska, and it's gonna have like fucking cooking shit, isn't it? Of course it is. Yeah, Baked Alaska. If I just put Baked Alaska song, if someone's made a song about Baked Alaskas, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit.
I can't even. I put Baked Alaska arrested to music, and I couldn't find it.
Oh, we got actually. Well, it doesn't have the video, unfortunately, but it does have the music. So here we go.
Okay.
To "We Love Our Cops."
Oh, I've got the official video, but it's on Daily Motion.
Of what?
The Baked Alaska thing.
Which one?
Well, it says "We Love Our Cops" official video, pro cop, pro military anthem.
No.
Is that the one you're looking for?
No, but anyway.
Okay. No, it is. It is. It is. I'm gonna send this to you on the Discord. Because this is his actual music video. When he was like singing along to it.
Christy, are you not? Have I shared the wrong thing with you? Because you're just speaking.
Yeah, I hear shit. I don't hear anything.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay,
like,
go into our conversation. There you go. There's the real video.
I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
I can't be blamed if you don't share the audio with me.
Well, I know.
I'm just filling the dead air.
Wasn't dead air. Wasn't it? What? How dare you, Christy? Dead air is a crime. You know this. Pro-military. It's on Daily Motion. Good God.
Yeah.
Ad blocker detected. Yeah, no fucking shit, mate. Okay. What the fuck? I just turned it off, you cunt. I fucking hate ad blocker. It's so pointless. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Back to Alaska.
Are you sharing it?
Fuck, I fucking hate the world. Right. Share. Fuck me. Right. It's not even, it's so not worth it.
It's gonna be. We're gonna make it worth it. Oh, remember? Oh God, I forgot how shit this was.
Yeah.
Back to Alaska. We love our cops, our law enforcement. We love our military, they're important. We love our cops, our law enforcement. We love our military, they're important. And when I'm in the jam, I know that I can call up the man, can call up the man with a plan. When I'm on the run,
All I gotta do is dial 911.
We love our cops, our law enforcement. We love our military.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, this is like deep throating the fucking boot up to the balls, mate. What is this?
Oh, this is so bad. How is there not a video that exists of him getting arrested with this song in the background?
I don't know.
That's amazing. I need to make that. Clearly, that needs to exist. How does that not? Yeah. That
I
just
think
needs
it
to
does
exist on
somewhere,
YouTube.
but it gets taken down because it's bullshit.
They're important. We love our cops, our law enforcement. We love our military, they're important. And when I'm in a jam, I know that I can call up the man with the plan. When I'm on the run,
This honestly might be the whitest thing that has ever existed, and it's a rap song technically.
He's doing like double time dance, like he's in the club or some shit. This is like a ballad.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's white as fuck. Yeah, yeah. Amazing shit.
when I'm on the run, all I gotta do is dial 911. We love our cops, our law enforcement.
Thank you, cops. Also, can I just point out when it has "Thank you, cops" here?
We love our cops, our law enforcement.
There you go. Thank you, cops in the bottom left. As a person who's also shit at editing videos, That's just like the most basic bit of text that just comes up. Like, he took 5 seconds to put that in the video. Amazing.
Just a reminder. He was sentenced to 2 months in prison after live streaming his participation in January 6th.
Yeah. He also got knocked the fuck out by a security guard for like spitting at him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been arrested a couple times.
Yeah, he's not a nice person.
No, not at all.
Not ironically, not a very law-abiding citizen.
Pleaded guilty in July to misdemeanor count of parading, demonstrating, or picketing inside a Capitol building.
Well, there you go.
We love our veterans, they're important.
He changed it up.
Our cops, our law enforcement. We love our veterans, they're important. And when they're out at war, you know why I appreciate them more, Thank you, Lord, when they keep us safe, You know they make America a better place. We love our cops, our law enforcement.
The
All right, so-
schemes are amazing.
Oh, yeah. The editing on this is such a professional. This was definitely not done with, like...
Design is his
software.
passion, Christy.
Video editing is his passion.
True.
This was definitely not done with a free software.
Windows
Pirated.
Movie Maker is his passion. Fuck yes.
We love the military, they're important. We love the cops, our law enforcement.
Bernstein.
Bernstein equals cuck?
Who the fuck is Bernstein?
No idea.
Leonard Bernstein.
No, I don't think so. It must have been a very... What year was this?
2018 or some
Oh,
shit.
was this 8 years ago?
Bernstein MAGA, I guess. Type that in, see what happens. Jonathan Bernstein is a Bloomberg opinion columnist covering politics, a former professor of political science at the University of Tejas in San Antonio.
Well, that seems a pretty niche insult.
Bernstein, Mayor, Wall Street firm, but well, it's not going to be that, is it? David Bernstein, former Massachusetts senator. I don't know. Yeah, there's lots of people called Bernstein. It's not a very uncommon surname. I don't know.
I was like, how many times can he point to the sheriff's thing on a car, side of a car? That's what I want to know.
True.
I
Also,
hate
like, I don't know that this hits as hard when it's Burbank, California. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe.
We love the military, they're important. When I'm in the jam,
Defeat the globalists!
call up the man with the plan. When I'm on the run, all I gotta do is dial 911.
That said oy vey, because he's not anti-Semitic.
Great.
911. 911.
Hillary for prison!
Thank you for your service.
No, thank you for servicing the police's cock there. Trump is my... You have to see Trump is my president by Back to Alaska. It has to be here. This is the kind of fucking thing where it would be here. Where is it?
Wow, it's really hard to find.
It shouldn't be. We literally showed it on stream before. Baked Alaska. Let's just see. No, that's... Oh, for fuck's sake. Baked Alaska song. No, oh, for fuck's sake. You fucking little cunts. Fuck off, all of you. I don't know. I can't find it. Anyway, enough of this, Christy. The weird Nazi video I wanted to show you on Wednesday. We're doing it.
Oh, yeah, this is the guy who loves the Romans.
Roman Empire. Let's fucking go.
Oh, God, okay. I've got Medicare watches Trump as my president. That exists on YouTube.
You got what, sorry?
Medicare watches Baked Alaska Trump is my president music video.
That could work. Fuck it, yeah. Is Medicare dead yet? I do hope so. If not, cancer is really, I mean, just batting zero right now. What is going on there? Yeah, Linkadink.
All right, it's coming, it's coming. And also, this is, you can tell how dated this is because Let's see if this works. Does that work?
There we go.
Oh yeah. He's still obsessed with who's that Matt guy?
Matt. Oh, who the fuck is Matt Jarbo?
Yeah.
Yeah. What fucking show did he do? I can't remember what he used to be called. Anyway, yeah, he was a fucking little bitch. It was funny when they outed him though, was like flagging all those videos after being freedom of the peaches. Anyway, get ready for the best song in the history of the world.
Okay. All right. We got the new video from Baked Alaska. We'll be taking a look at. Oof.
Mundane Matt, that was it.
Mundane Matt.
People
A lot of
remember
people were on
shit,
top
man.
of
Love
this.
it.
Okay. All right. Let me get this up for the chat. This is the new music video, the new rap song.
Oh,
from
someone
Baked Alaska.
found it. Someone found it on a site I haven't even heard of before. So I imagine my computer's getting all kinds of bugs. It's called Alt Censored. Is the name of
okay.
the website? I've never heard of that before.
Well, why are okay?
Deleted preferred videos. Internet Archive is limiting access to some items. Suck my dick. Anyway, this is the cringiest shit in the history of the world.
Yeah. It's taken so long for us to get to this point. But we won. We are going to make America great again. Yeah. The liberals are crying, 'cause we never stopped fighting.
Oh, God,
Started
this is
on the
so
Trump
bad.
train, and now we're all flying. Never look behind us. We were deaf to the bias. We took a leap of faith at a Trump state, 'cause we always knew that it would guide us. Now we're winning so much that we might get sick of winning, but I don't think so. And we're swimming to the top non-stop in the house.
Look at that fucking
What the
tattoo.
What? That is terrible.
That is
Oh, my God.
absolutely
Did he do that
gangrene.
himself? Oh man. Oh, I can't believe someone did that permanently on their body.
Yeah, and then he tried to turn against the alt-right and has now gone back to the alt-right. So for that brief period, he must have been like, oh, this tattoo, fuck. I can never wear a short sleeve again. This is, yeah. Oh, mental.
Well, they're peeping in the window, and I didn't think we'd get this far, but now we elected our hero. And I didn't want to bring this up, but illegals, you gotta go. This is my president.
It wouldn't be a Trump song without some needless
racism.
xenophobia. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Let's
just have
go.
some racism.
Woo! Also, what is it with the gold jacket? It's so disgusting.
Well, like the shoes.
Yeah,
And
it's the
and-
Trump aesthetic, isn't it?
Yeah, and don't forget the gold statues, right? It's the golden idol. Like it's literally
True.
a golden idol.
True.
This is my president. This is my president.
See, I shake hands with black
This is
people.
my president. This is my president. This is my president.
tell who he was or
This
what he did.
is my president.
I do like a song with good lyrics. Just repeat the same 4 fucking words over and over again.
Trump is my president. Earned our stripes like Raja. Now we're screaming out MAGA. America was crippled. Now they're walking on water. And we kept it high energy. Shout out to my enemies. This really was a love fest. From the silent majority. Yeah, we don't want no spirit cooking going on in the kitchen if I had it my way. Chilling out on the White House front lawn, reading WikiLeaks all day. And I really love my family.
You like WikiLeaks, do you? Because Trump is still Trump never pardoned Assange,
also,
did he? At
is he
all.
tweaking? Why is he jumping up and down on shit again? Like his energy.
It's very
and this-
possible he is. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Make America great even if they don't have faith. We made history on November 8th, Independence Day, yeah. This is my president. 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 Trump is my president. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is my president.
No.
Trump is my my president.
Yeah, that one was real.
Trump is my president.
That isn't me. Fuck
Trump
off.
is my president.
He just goes to an amusement park.
God bless America. Trump is my president. Oh.
Enjoy prison.
I just want to point out, someone made this on purpose and put it up, and
Yeah.
not as a joke.
Yeah,
They thought this was good.
yeah. Thought this was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Weird Nazi shit. Or should I say,
Alright.
more weird Nazi shit?
Are we gonna? Okay, you left it off. Okay, we're back to like how men need to be violent to be happy.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Which is not misandrist concept at all. No, men just
No.
have to be violent. But that's not. That's because men are good or something. Yeah.
There's an epidemic of depression among young men, and
But to be fair,
Oh yeah,
but
no,
to
we
be
gotta
fair,
fast forward. We watched this shit already. I don't want
it's
to.
only a minute. Christy, it's 8 minutes long. Jesus fucking Christ. You fucking younguns with your you're like, it's if it's not a TikTok, if it's not 2 minutes, I can't do it. That's what you sound like.
All right, I'm gonna remember that next time we watch Legal Eagle.
Which is in about 8 minutes time.
Yeah, because you're gonna hate that because he uses big words and like shows documents and shit.
I can do that.
You whine every time. Anyway, hit play.
even the media recognizes this, but the solutions they
Anyway,
provide...
my point was that this man deserves to be depressed. Like, you've earned it, friend.
He's got shit
are
takes.
honestly
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
crap. This is because the so-called experts really have no idea what a man is, or what a woman is for that matter, because modern people see humans as just elevated animals who want nothing more than their
They
carnal
are pigs,
desires.
that is true,
But this
yes.
is not true at all. Inside the heart of every man is a warrior. All men need something to fight
I
for.
love it.
Part of the reason why sport...
Love it. Love it. Fucking beautiful.
Are you a warrior, Kevin?
Am
You
I a
love
warrior?
fighter?
I worry a lot, yeah. I'm a warrior.
A warrior, not a
Wor-
warrior.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See what I did? I'm a
Yep.
funny boy.
sports and video games are so popular among modern men is because there's not much for men to fight for in the real world, but men still look up to heroes and
I think the army are still recruiting if you're interested,
yeah,
mate.
military, still
Look-
a thing.
If you want to be a warrior, you can go and do that. I notice you haven't. I notice you're mostly bitching on the internet. Okay.
role models who fight for what they believe in. Why do you
Yeah,
think
he's just like Marcus Aurelius and is that Boromir?
No, that's Aragon.
Aragon, I don't know. Anyway, one of the characters that isn't real from the thing that isn't real. It's a book. It's not a real thing. These characters weren't real. He wasn't a fucking autobiography.
men think about the Roman Empire so much? There's a reason the Bible
No,
refers
it's
to
why
God.
you
Yeah,
think about it. And again,
Yeah.
you don't think about the real Roman Empire.
No.
You think about like, oh, Julius Caesar, not the millions of peasants
Slaves,
and
yeah.
slaves and shit. Like,
And the women who were completely disenfranchised. No, you don't. You just identify with the people who wouldn't have given you the time of day if you were actually Roman.
okay, Maria, don't make me go scorched earth on you, because I will fuck you up. It's Aragon, not Aragon. Aragon's a region of Spain. You're a
Yeah.
fucking dweeb. Shut up.
masculine terms, despite the fact that God has no gender according to his divine essence. It's because the Bible compares God to a mighty warrior, and men look up to mighty warriors.
No, it's because it's a patriarchal system.
Yep.
So obviously they were going to think the big, powerful person was a dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, God, he's got like a Jordan Peterson fucking flowchart going on now. So God is like warrior, man is warrior, God in the image of, and then the arrow goes through, is like warrior.
So
It's very Dragon of Chaos pilled so far.
very
Yeah.
yes. So you basically are saying that men need to do violence.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Weird.
The Bible also says men are made with a desire to work, if that work is
It
productive.
also said bats are birds, mate. I
Yeah.
don't know that you need to take it all entirely seriously.
The Bible said that if you sexually assault a girl and then marry her, then you can get away with it. So like,
Yeah, he likes
I don't really
that
give a
bit.
fuck.
I'm almost certain he's very much in favour of that bit.
I don't honestly give a fuck what some old Bronze Age book says.
Yeah, it's fair.
And creates great things. So why are men struggling so much these days? Well, it's because men need two things, something to work for and something to fight for. And modern
Wow. I mean, Maslow, move over. We've got a new hierarchy of needs.
Men exist only in action. They don't have emotions or thoughts.
No. Except that you're literally talking about loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
You are talking about why men are
And emotion.
depressed.
Yep.
They need something to work for and something to fight for. Well, so not like companionship.
Or like yeah,
Food.
human connection, or the
Um,
ability to understand how to express their emotions, or talk about their feelings, or not be shamed for their feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
modern society gives them neither of those things. First of all, the school
What?
system is basically rigged against boys because it discourages boys from being boys. From a
What?
the fuck are you talking about? This is just mental.
Look, boys aren't allowed to just beat the shit out of each other and girls at school, so clearly they're oppressed.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to bully and, I don't know, do hierarchical bullshit where, like, the most sociopathic kids are rewarded. Yeah, that's a problem because we want schools where people are respected and taught to be, like, respectful of differences.
Yeah.
This is awful.
This is
Ugh.
trash. Yeah.
a young age, boys are taught to sit on their butts for 8 hours a day, and if they don't like that, they're diagnosed with ADHD.
Can you pause it?
Guys are discouraged.
This is how education has always worked.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Philosophers were out in the fields digging dirt while, like, they're having conversations? No, they were sitting around all day.
Well, that's
Like,
where it started. You start doing philosophy, you start doing butt stuff. It's simple.
like literally, like monks would sit for like hours a day and copy books. Like schools has always been. When do you think this is just ridiculous? This person is a moron.
Socrates, more like cocktease.
There you go.
discouraged from being creative, adventurous, or funny, so normal male behavior gets branded as bad, and boys end up being seen as second-rate girls, because schools tend to promote
What?
more feminine
This is just gibberish at this point.
Yeah. This is like misogyny and misandry all wrapped up in one. Apparently, sitting still and paying attention is girly
Yes.
and probably gay.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, if you're not out like beating the shit out of someone, really, creatively beating the shit out of, what are you doing with your life?
Exactly.
traits like being organized and following directions. That's why all
What?
those 20
Because
highlighter girls
militaries are
whose
so
notes look like you
feminized.
could publish them in an art gallery end
Hold
up
on,
doing so
hold
much
on,
better
hold
in
on.
school,
Men
not
who
because
are
they're necessarily
organized,
smarter
like,
than
Don't you for one of the reasons that the Roman military was the powerhouse it was because people followed directions and it was incredibly well organized.
Yeah.
So
like,
apparently Romans were ladylike gays.
they were a bit gay, to be fair. Also, it's like the girl who makes copious notes in class does well. But apparently that's because of sexism, not the fact that she took lots of notes in class and was
made an
listening.
effort, paying attention.
Oh no! Person who was diligent and learned stuff did well in exam. Okay,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I'm not
say-
going to stop the presses for that story, if I'm honest.
Yeah, like I'm not going to say that people don't learn in different ways. And
Yeah.
especially like with younger kids who have a harder time paying attention. There is a lot of benefit to having them physically interact with the world or in some ways, kinetically engage them so that their learning isn't just passively absorbing information. But don't shame people who do learn by sitting down and taking notes and absorbing information. Like, where's this shame coming from?
It's very strange. This is a C student trying to like rationalize some shit.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If you're a C student too, fine. Just don't think that it's like the system's against me, man. Because it probably isn't. It's probably just that you learn in different ways or that you have different set of skills. maybe look inward and see, like, well, what am I interested in? What are my abilities? Academia is not the only approach.
Yep.
The guys, but because they're a lot better at doing the mindless busy work that teachers hand out, which is honestly just
What, like learning how to
Mindless.
spell? Learning how to do calculations and math?
Mindless.
Wow, this guy did not do well in school, huh?
You know, they literally have a thing called creative writing.
Yeah.
That's a thing that you like. Oh, fuck's sake.
I don't know if you understand
These
this, but like,
incel scumfucks, man. Jesus.
one of the best ways to absorb information is to write it out yourself. That's why, like,
Yeah.
it's actually better to take notes than it is to be given PowerPoints by your lecturers, where you just make notes on your PowerPoints, because the actual act of like hearing it, understanding it, and writing it down helps reinforce your understanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
an excuse for teachers to not do any teaching.
Also, like, dude, I hate to break your balls here. Like, when you think of being a warrior, you think of like, oh, stabbing brown people or whatever. Most of being in the army is drill.
Yeah.
It's drill and being tidy and then literally breaking down any semblance of creativity you have till you're a depersonalized robot drone that will just follow orders. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not like some
You are a
elaborate
cog in the
artist of
machine.
destruction. No.
No.
You're just a person that's been totally depersonalized, and you're just going to shoot whoever you're told to shoot. There's no you're not Alexander the Great. You're a fucking tool.
Honestly, if you want to talk about someplace where you're a cog in the machine and your brain is meant to be turned off and only used in specific circumstances and with permission, that's the military.
Yeah, yeah.
So men falling behind academically is one of the reasons that society gives them nothing to work for, but they also have nothing to fight for these days. Traditionally, the things men would fight for are their faith, family, and country, but modern...
Okay, again, the country, the army's still there, mate. Go for
You want
it.
to, again, your desire to kill is disturbing.
Yeah, but if you wanted to, you still can. You can still join the
Oh,
army,
yeah.
go and blow up some
absolutely.
Iraqis or whatever. That's, again, I notice
Yep.
you haven't done that, though.
Also, the thing is, I don't want to live in a society where I have to fight for my family because I'm being invaded by people of a different faith who want to kill me.
Yeah.
We kind of left that behind. I mean, that was one of the advantages of like going to America, because they didn't import the religious wars of Europe at the time that were very popular in the 1700s. Lots of killings going on. You know what didn't really advance during that time? Civilization.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard to advance a society when your kids are being killed, or you're being killed, or your city's being blown up and your kids can't go to school.
See, this is the kind of drill I'm into.
There you go.
Just give me some time. I swear, I'll get you the money.
Nice.
Bish, bash, bush, I don't give a fuck. Ride for my fellas, I'ma die with my bringy tuck. Duck a fed while I run this line. Tell a biggie better luck next time. Grab a number that. Grab a number that. Grab a number that. Grab a number that. Squeeze. Tell them cut the cocaine while I bag it up. Blicky tuck, fuck it, call the plug. I'ma stick him up. Anyone can get it, just say the word and we'll grip him up. Make him pray, better on his temple, tell him give it up.
Yeah.
My hearties, they peck them doing in and out. I ain't talking cheating when they run up in your missus' ass. Back then we made a killing, they call us killers now. And now we got the figures, women get their figures out. Okay, cool, bring it on my burner. Grab another pack it up, chug it to me workers. Ash never leaves, and I got it from my Gurgers. Himalayan snow white, shipping from my Sherpas. Get it?
Gurkhas and Sherpas. Oh, that's so good.
See, now this is the difference, right? Now when Flogina repeats a line 4 times, it's usually his chorus, right?
Yeah,
When these guys do it, it's like an appetizer.
yeah.
It's building it up. They're saying the same
It's
line over and over.
foreplay.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's just about to kick off. You know that they're going to be able to like come in with hard lyrics. They're going to have some great like, you know, beats and some great flows.
Himalayan white snow, gonna ship it from my Sherpas is such a great way of describing selling cocaine.
From the north, then I'll take it to the south. If a fella's getting caught, tell him better shut his mouth. Couple pennies to the boot, it's a lip seal deal. If he squeal, I'ma peel him and chuck him in the ground. Bish, bash, bush, I don't give a fuck. Right for my fellas, I'ma die with my bringy tuck. Duck the fed while I run this line. Tell a piggy better luck next time. Grab an hammer then. Grab an hammer then. Grab an hammer then. Grab an hammer then, squeeze. Pick a piper, pick a pack of them and pack them in. Pack a barrel full of peppercorns and bloody pepper in.
Oh, nice.
Slinging pebble packs, standing pegaplex, picking up the opposition, Ponderoo and picking eggs. Sweet as apple pie until you cross me. Apple Bobby, grab a Bobby by the flipping knobblies. Bobble-headed model, we been copying on me bobblies. Whipple wobble, got a booty bashing like a wannabe. Grab a proper cup of coffee from the coffee pot. Pop him in his noggin, have him mugging in the coffee shop. Hang him in the pickle when I clock him with me pocket watch. Popping off a rocket with the dotty just to top him off. Chug him
See,
in.
that's a flow, man. Fuck
Right?
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
again,
that's
these guys-
instantly 20 billion times better than that fucking knobhead.
So much
Jesus
better.
Christ.
With his schoolyard hip hop.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
A ziplock, chuck him in the van. Now we'll be forever young. Fucking put your pain.
Chuck him in a van. Now he'll be forever young. Fucking Peter Pan. Genius. Oh my god, that's such a good line.
Clever too.
Fucking hell.
On a t-shirt, put him on the gram. Tell him that you love him while he's laying in the grave.
They are rapping about murdering a man.
Yeah, in their 70s.
Fuck yes. Let's go. Put him on the Instagram. Tell him that you love him while he's in the fucking ground.
Gosh, I don't give a fuck. Right for my fellas, I'ma die with my bringy tuck. Duck the fed while I run this line. Tell a piggy better luck next time. Grab an hammer then. Grab an hammer then. Grab an hammer then. Grab an hammer then, squeeze.
Yeah, and the music's better too.
Yeah, exactly. The beat's a lot
Oh,
fucking better.
That was like a brainwash.
That was
so
beautiful,
nice.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Oh, I feel so much better now.
there you go. Exactly. You want to be a warrior? These motherfuckers need hitters. What? Go fucking do it. Go become one of the Sherpas, mate.
It
Let's go.
literally, there are like boxing clubs. There's like, martial arts things you can do. There's plenty of ways you can get that kind of energy out if you want.
Yeah.
Modern society has abandoned all of these things. In terms of faith, Gen Z is the least religious generation in human history.
Yay!
It's
Glad
also
to hear it.
Fuck yeah!
That's
the most depressed generation in human history, and that's why a lot
Hang on, what are you basing that on? What is depression? You going? How far do the numbers go back on that, mate?
yeah, because depression, if you remember, is a modern diagnosis.
Yeah. Yeah.
So of course you're going to get more diagnoses of depression when it's like a thing that exists clinically.
Yeah.
a lot of young men turn to
Hang on, that's yeah. Okay, this is a solid meme. 1 second. So 255, always on the go, even during the show. And then he's doing blow. Oh. She always does better than us. It must be because the schools are biased against boys, or maybe it's because she remembered to bring a pen and we didn't. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
That's about right.
yeah.
Oh, you want a link to the old lads, do you? Hang on 1 second. I have to go back into my history.
Oh yeah, by the way, right? So I'm on the history of depression. History of depression in the Age of Enlightenment. During the 18th and 19th centuries, also called the Age of Enlightenment, depression came to be viewed as a weakness in temperament that was inherited and could not be changed. The result of these beliefs was that people with this condition should be shunned or locked up. Gee, I wonder why people didn't really want to come out as depressed in the 1800s.
Yeah. Well, it's like with the post-traumatic stress disorder. Up until the 50s, it was still treated as a fake disease.
Yep.
There's, I mean, literally, oh, fuck's sake, what was his name? Not MacArthur. Patton, General Patton, during the Second World War. He's literally quoted. Now, there's no recording of this, because recording wasn't really a thing at the time. But there's literally a quote of him saying that there's no such thing as shell shock. It's an invention of the Jews.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he was quite racist.
So, going on, cognitive explanations during the 1960s and 70s, cognitive theories of depression began to emerge. Cognitive theorist Aaron Beck proposed that the way that people interpret negative events could contribute to symptoms of depression. So, yeah, basically, it's a modern phenomenon, which is why we're getting modern diagnoses. You're mistaking the number of cases observed for, like, yeah, it's a fallacy. It's a logical fallacy. If you'd gone to school and paid attention, maybe you would have learned that.
Yeah, for anyone who's interested in the Patton quote, just in case.
Yeah, George Carlin has a great bit on that, about the evolution of words and basically post-traumatic stress disorder. Did you ever see that?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
If you can find it, we'll play
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No problem with that. Anyway, yeah, he got a Patton, who thankfully is dead. Can we get some lols in chat for him being dead? He was involved in an episode of hitting a soldier who was in prison with, not in prison, sorry, in hospital with shell shock, which is what we now know as post-traumatic stress disorder. And he said it was false, and he was going to send him back to the front line and hit him. And eventually he was forced to have to apologise and stuff in order to not be fired. Yeah. Anyway, he then said Patton was further heard by war correspondent Neil Monks angrily claiming that shell shock is, quote, an invention of the Jews.
Oh, fuck's sake.
There you go.
Fucking idiots. Okay, it's about, it's in the Discord thing. Okay. So he basically, he has some, this was actually the first time I heard anyone talk about how feminists critique language, although he says they go too far, which I kind of disagree, but this was the 1980s. But yeah, this was the first time I'd ever sort of seen modern prose be almost hypnotic in its use.
Okay.
So
Carlin was pretty good, to be
very
fair.
good, yeah.
And like I say, even though he was in the 80s, he's still ahead of his time, really.
But it didn't happen, and one of the reasons is because we were using that soft language, that language that takes the life out of life. And it is a function of time. It does keep getting worse. Give you another example. Sometime during my life, toilet paper became bathroom tissue. I wasn't notified of this. No one asked me if I agreed with it. It just happened. Toilet paper became bathroom tissue. Sneakers became running shoes. False teeth became dental appliances. Medicine became medication. Information became directory assistance. The dump became the landfill. Car crashes became automobile accidents. Partly cloudy became partly sunny. Motels became motor lodges. House trailers became mobile homes. Used cars became previous.
This better get better, Chris, though, because so far this is like a Ricky Gervais bit.
Just watch.
It's just political correctness nonsense waffle now, isn't it? Anyway.
Well, I mean, okay, just watch.
I assume it's going to get better, though, because you give it the build-up.
Previously owned transportation. Room service became guest room dining. And constipation became occasional irregularity. When I was a little kid, if I got sick, they wanted me to go to the hospital and see the doctor. Now they want me to go to a health maintenance organization or a wellness center to consult a healthcare delivery professional. Poor people used to live in slums. Now the economically disadvantaged occupy substandard housing in the inner cities. And they're broke. They're broke. They don't have a negative cash flow position. They're fucking broke. Because a lot of them were fired. You know, fired. Management wanted to curtail redundancies in the human resources area. So many people are no longer viable members of the workforce. Smug, greedy, well-fed white people have invented a language to conceal their sins. It's as simple as that. The CIA doesn't kill anybody anymore. They neutralize people.
True.
Or they depopulate the area. The government doesn't lie. It engages in disinformation. The Pentagon actually measures nuclear radiation in something they call sunshine units. Israeli murderers are called commandos. Arab commandos are called terrorists. Contra killers are called freedom fighters. Well, if crime fighters fight crime and firefighters fight fire, what do freedom fighters fight? They never mention that part of it to us, do they? Never mention that part of it. And some of this stuff is just silly. We all know that. Like on the airlines, they say they want a pre-board. Well, what the hell is pre-board? What does that mean? To get on before you get on? They say they're going to pre-board those passengers in need of special assistance. Cripples! Simple, honest, direct language. There's no shame attached to the word cripple that I can find in any dictionary. No shame attached to it. In fact, it's a word used in Bible translations. Jesus healed the cripples. Doesn't take 7 words to describe that condition. But we don't have any cripples in this country anymore. We have the physically challenged. Is that a grotesque enough evasion for you? How about differently abled? I've heard them call that differently abled. You can't even call these people handicapped anymore. They'll say, we're not handicapped, we're handy-capable. These poor people have been bullshitted by the system into believing that if you change the name of the condition, somehow you'll change the condition. Well, hey, doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
Don't know what that was. What?
We have no more deaf people in this country, hearing impaired. No one's blind anymore, partially sighted or visually impaired. We have no more stupid people. Everybody has a learning disorder. Or he's minimally exceptional. How would you like to be told that about your child? He's minimally exceptional. Oh, thank God for that. Psychologists actually have started calling ugly people those with severe appearance deficits. It's getting so bad that any day now I expect to hear a rape victim referred to as an unwilling sperm recipient.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking hell.
And we have no more old people in this country. No more old people. We shipped them all away, and we brought in these senior citizens. Isn't that a typically American 20th century phrase? Bloodless, lifeless. No pulse in one of them. A senior citizen. But I've accepted that one. I've come to terms with it. I know it's here to stay. We'll never get rid of it. That's what they're going to be called, so I'll relax on that. But the one I do resist, the one I keep resisting, is when they look at an old guy and they'll say, look at him, Dan. He's 90 years young. Imagine the fear of aging that reveals. To not even be able to use the word old to describe someone, to have to use an antonym. And fear of aging is natural, it's universal, isn't it? We all have that. No one wants to get old, no one wants to die, but we do. So we bullshit ourselves. I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror.
Maybe I got
say,
it's too late.
well,
But I guess we're stuck in it now.
I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. Bullshit, I'm getting old. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away.
I'll be honest, some of this has dated pretty
Yeah, it
roughly.
has. And I'm really sorry. I don't know if you can handle any more, but I did find the specific shell shock. I think we came in right after it.
Oh, okay.
So I put that in the Discord in my
Okay.
apologies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yes, very,
Don't
what was
know.
it?
Yeah, it's of its time.
Hmm.
It's a thing that.
I don't think he was ever malicious about
No,
it.
no, he's not. He's
Yeah.
not like one of these right-wing cunts who take his words from like 1982 very
Yeah.
seriously, as if that's exactly what he always believed, and he wouldn't have changed anything about it. And blah,
Yeah,
blah,
I think his critique is more that you can't. It's like how racism, like you go from the term Negro to colored to person of color to black person, but you never solve the underlying racism.
Yeah.
The terms
Well,
change.
Yeah, there's a song by the Manic Street Preachers called PCP, which people have thought over the years was like an anti-political correctness song, but it's not. It's the line that gets to me is teach your stuff your child PC approved as long as the right words are used. Systemized atrocity ignored as long as bilingual signs on view. which is a sort of a critique of what Carlin was saying here. It's about it being corporate speak that hides an underlying structural problem. That's the fault. It's not that they're not attacking there being a bilingual sign outside of a police station. They're saying the fact that there's a bilingual sign, like they've got Hindi and English and Urdu and whatever else languages outside the police station, hides the fact that they're also still battering the fuck out of black kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the problem there. They're actually covering the problem up and making it more difficult to attend to.
Right,
via the misuse of political correctness rather than it being the problem
an
itself.
actual change to the system.
Yeah.
They're only words. You can't be afraid of words that speak the truth, even if it's an unpleasant truth, like the fact that there's a bigot and a racist in every living room on every street corner in this country. I don't like words that hide the truth. I don't like words that conceal reality. I don't like euphemisms or euphemistic language. And American English is loaded with euphemisms because Americans have a lot of trouble dealing with reality. Americans have trouble facing the truth. So they invent a kind of a soft language to protect themselves from it. And it gets worse with every generation. For some reason, it just keeps getting worse. I'll give you an example of that. There's a condition in combat, most people know about it. It's when a fighting person's nervous system has been stressed to its absolute peak and maximum, can't take any more input. The nervous system has either snapped or is about to snap. In the First World War, that condition was called shell shock. Simple, honest, direct language. 2 syllables, shell shock. Almost sounds like the guns themselves. That was 70 years ago. Then a whole generation...
Yeah, this is the 80s. Just 70 years ago. Yeah, okay.
Went by, and the Second World War came along, and the very same combat condition was called battle fatigue. 4 syllables now. Takes a little longer to say. Doesn't seem to hurt as much. Fatigue is a nicer word than shock.
Also, well, I mean, he's a little bit wrong about the history. They changed the wording of it because people had literally been executed for having shell shock because they didn't accept it as a real thing. So they came up with a new term because the stigma attached to shell shock was significant. So they changed the wording of it for that reason, because it was in the British and American armies, like they didn't execute people for that shit anymore.
Are you talking about like for desertion? Like they?
Yeah, shell shock. Yeah, shell shock was basically you being a coward because you were refusing to fight. Well, they couldn't fight. Literally, people went into what was called catatonia. They literally couldn't speak or move and stuff like that because of the extreme, psychological damage that had been done. And so they were treated as cowards and shot. They were executed. And so they had to come up with like a new term for that, because if you keep calling it shell shock, it infers the person is still a coward. You're not accepting it's a real medical disease, which they had by this point. And secondly, there was a huge stigma around it, because even if you weren't going to be executed for it anymore, you would still be conceived of as a coward, because it was still sort of the social attitude hadn't quite caught up with the science of it at that point. So it's not just like couching it in a nicer way for fluffy feels reasons. There was like a really legitimate reason to do that. But...
So they had to change the name of it to get people to accept it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because if you keep calling it the same thing, people have the same reaction to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Shell shock, battle fatigue. Then we had the war in Korea, 1950. Madison Avenue was riding high by that time, and the very same combat condition was called operational exhaustion. Hey, we're up to 8 syllables now. And the humanity has been squeezed completely out of the phrase. It's totally sterile now. Operational exhaustion. Sounds like something that might happen to your car. Then, of course, came the war in Vietnam, which has only been over for about 16 or 17 years. And thanks to the lies and deceit surrounding that war, I guess it's no surprise that the very same condition was called post-traumatic stress disorder. Still 8 syllables, but we've added a hyphen. And the pain is completely buried under jargon. Post-traumatic stress disorder. I'll bet you if we'd have still been calling it shell shock, some of those Vietnam veterans might have gotten the attention they needed at the time. I'll bet you.
So people in the chat have pointed out that post-traumatic stress disorder now is seen as not just limited to combat.
Yeah.
It's been much more broadened, and yeah, that's definitely the case. I think, unfortunately, this kind of nervous disorder was identified first in soldiers. You know, it was recognized because it was happening in such large numbers.
Yeah.
But as a consequence, yeah. So I think, you know, today we talk about PTSD. We've sort of like brought it down to just an acronym, and we realize that there are a lot of situations. It's not just people in combat who can suffer from that kind of stuff. So it's been a psychological progression. You know, we've understood and broadened out a lot of categories of. We're better at categorizing things now because we have psychology, and it's a recognized medical and social science.
Yeah. But I think I have some sympathy with his general approach to it. Like, I mean, I say terms of service a lot because there are things that I want to be able to say
Yeah.
that I'm not allowed to say. Now, I understand there do have to be limitations. You can't just make fucking threats against people or whatever. But there are some truths that I think need to be told that I'm not allowed to say because Coca-Cola wouldn't like it. And I think that kind of corporate sanitization of language, I have a lot of sympathy for his point about that.
Yeah, and I think,
really
again, his
disgusting.
root is we're hiding, like I said, the pain, the truth of things
Yeah.
by using language. Rather than saying someone died, we say they passed away. It
Yeah.
just sounds a little bit softer
And
and nicer, right?
It's so annoying when right-wing fuckheads will use that kind of argumentation and pray and aid people like Carlin, who would have despised them.
Yes.
Um,
Because he would have said
they-
there's a racist and a bigot on every corner,
Yeah,
and
exact-
you're one of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. He literally called you out before doing the bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they just want to be racist. They just want to do their racism without any social pushback whatsoever. Whereas he's not making that argument at all. He's saying the corporate sanitization of it is bad because it allows people to continue doing the kind of foreign policy that, ironically, the right-wingers want to do. Bizarrely.
Yeah, Gray, Eon, Wannababy, you want to say that Freud knew about this, but he called it hysteria, which was rooted in the word, like, for hysterectomy, and it was considered a disorder, not like, you know, so it wasn't a medical thing. So, yes, I mean, Freud did have some interesting and insightful ideas. He also had some really fucking weird ones about, like, oral and anal fixations and various other, and also he's on a lot of coke. So.
Well, I was about to say, he literally advised someone in order to get them off heroin to start doing cocaine, which meant they were just addicted to heroin and cocaine at that point. Thanks.
Yes.
You are a doctor.
Political extremism because they need something to believe in, but a lot of young men also believe in nothing and become nihilist, and they try to drown out their meaninglessness with marijuana, video games, and pornography. For family, back when the church had power in society and encouraged...
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, they're all fun, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's against God. You should be on the battlefield or something.
Yeah, don't touch yourself and go kill someone. Then you'll be happy.
Yes, because we know people in battlefields,
Who do
they
you want to
never
fight?
masturbate.
Who do you want to fight all the time? So much aggression. You need, like...
Well, he doesn't want to fight anyone, obviously. Look, he has the opportunity. Go and fucking join the military, you lazy cunt. If you're that fucking interested in it, go for it. Stop sitting on the internet, jerking yourself off both literally and figuratively here.
Yeah.
And go and fucking join. They're not they're not stopping people. They're literally begging for young fucking cannon fodder. I mean, soldiers. Go for it.
monogamy, most men were able to find a wife, because you had one man assigned to every one woman, and there's about an equal number of men and women in the world.
Whoa. Okay, you were also talking about a time when women had no economic autonomy, no ability to get a job, no birth control, and they were shamed if they had kids out of wedlock.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so this idea that you're supposed to, like...
He loves that. Yeah, let's go back to that. Yeah.
Also, marital rape was legal and domestic abuse was not talked about. The church has done nothing, basically, really, to address violence against women or kids in the home. So yeah, not the cure to society's ills. Just forcing people to pair up in order to and get married, sign a lifelong property contract in order to have sex. And also make sure one of them is economically and financially dependent on the other. Yeah, let's healthy.
also not skip over the fact that he said assigned a wife. Yeah, that's.
Yep.
There's some Jordan Peterson rape fantasy situation going on there. Like, my dude, if you want to sniff your fucking grandma's pubes, that's on you. Okay.
If you want to comb your grandma's pubes, go talk
If
to
you
him.
exactly, if you
Jordan
wanna,
Peterson.
yeah, and then write about that and put it on purpose on the internet where people will read it. Yeah, go and do that. Yeah.
Everyone's gonna find someone. But ever since the church's authority declined and was replaced by hookup culture, now we've kind of reverted to a prehistoric
Oh yeah, people never fucked outside of marriage before the 20th century. Never happened. Oh wow, yeah.
No, we had this situation where it was acceptable for a man to get married and then, of course, have his home, but then also go out and have affairs.
Yeah, mistresses
the
were a
double
thing.
standard. Yes.
Was that not hookup culture, my dude?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have Tinder, but that's because they didn't have mobile communication, you cunt. Like, Henry VIII would have been absolutely swiping right on every fucker.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? You stupid fuck. Yeah, literally William the Conqueror was William le Bâtard, William the Bastard, because he was born out of wedlock. Because hookup culture!
Yeah, Henry Fitzroy.
Oh, fuck me. Absolute fucking
Just
derp
the-
cunt, this guy.
Yeah, no idea of actual history.
Oh, the Roman Empire's awesome. They didn't fuck around or anything. It's not like Julius Caesar was taking it up the shitter in Gaul, but also had 2 kids. No, he had
model
1
3
kid, didn't
wives.
he? Yeah.
2 or 3 wives at least.
Indeed so.
polygamy, where a few men get all the women and the rest of the men don't get any. Either way, it's really hard for the average man to start a family. For country, this country has spent the past 20 years telling men that they're the oppressor, which kind of explains why men are
Sorry, it
not
was Guillaume le Bâtard. Fuck off, French people, with your stupid language that makes sense. Go on.
Yeah, because maybe it's because you had all the money and all the status and all the power, and you kept half the population from it, and then also internally you like shamed gay men and demonized lesbians and denied the humanity of trans people. Like, yeah, male privilege is a thing, and also you are toxic masculinity, my dude.
Orion makes a very good point. I want to be assigned marijuana, video games, and pornography instead. That's fair. Yeah.
I know. That's what basically that was most of my adult life.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Rohak, basically all right-wing annoyances are them fetishizing a mythical history. That's entirely what
never
conservatism
happened.
is. And you can always tell how far right they are as to how far back they want to go. If they just want to go back to the 50s, that's some basic boomer shit. If they want to go back to like the 20s or 30s, basic Nazi shit. If you want to go back even further than that, we're talking like trad cath, fucking weird monarchist fucking freaks, you know?
Also, he's not at all engaging in, like, I don't know, the white men lynching black men, the way white men stole
Yeah, he wants to go back
everything
to that too. Definitely
from
wants that,
native
yeah.
peoples, men and women and kids and non-binary people in their own culturally appropriate or like specific ways. And there's no mention. It is all white man whining.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about the fact that the Romans were the most decadent sluts since the fall of Rome, except maybe the Etruscans. You don't remember it? Okay, you clearly didn't.
Oh
get
no, the Carthaginians were the ones that were kept executing their own generals.
You,
and they
Christy,
fucked up.
have forgotten the great words of Davis Aurini, and I
Oh, I flushed those out of my mind years
Yeah.
ago.
yeah, I
Oh,
can't.
the decadent sluts.
Yeah, the most decadent slut since the fall of Rome, except maybe the Etruscans. Is a sentence that will stick with me for a very long time, I feel. Yeah.
Well, that says something about you, Kevin.
It is, but it also says that I had to edit that video together and thinking, why am I doing this? What is this about? This man is a fascist bowling pin. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes. Oh God, he was a bowling pin, wasn't he?
He was. But he did know that my name was Kurt, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
keen to fight for their country anymore. Now, back in the day, what gave men something to work for and something to fight for...
Yeah, he's also using Comic Sans, which I think tells you the
Yeah,
level we're at
yes.
here. Like, he's got worse design skills than fucking Baked Alaska.
You're gonna watch the video text spin around now in 3D.
Yeah, exactly. And then swipe left. Whoa!
was the church, specifically the Protestant churches, and I'll explain why. First of
They
all, the
killed the
Protestant
Catholics?
work ethic, which of course the left says is racist, says that you should work as hard.
It's not the work ethic that's racist. What are you talking about? What?
You know,
fucking
Protestants
idiot.
told themselves they had a work ethic, and apparently, like, I don't know, the whole Renaissance was done by fucking Catholics. I mean, like the Sistine Chapel was painted by somebody who was Catholic. So I don't understand this whole Protestant. Like, have you ever met, like, Asian culture has a work ethic like you wouldn't fucking believe, mate.
Yeah.
And you want to get up on your high horse and like, oh yeah, the Protestant white men. That's the peak of civilization, right?
True.
Yeah.
Also,
This is why we have Donald Trump.
I do have to wonder about the figure on the right of this picture. Why is he doing that, like, Russian fucking dancing thing
While he's
juggling
drinking.
Yeah, what's that about?
Is he getting drunk in the fields? Is that what that is?
Possibly. It might be water. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
But-
probably vodka though. I mean, seriously, if you were in the peasant in the field, would you just be chugging water or vodka?
True. Also, he's packing. Good lord. Okay. Anyway,
hard as possible because you're glorifying God in doing so by building up his kingdom, and that's why historically Protestant
can you
men
pause
built the
it?
most successful.
Okay. Basically, what you're saying is you should work for the man, and slave your whole life and not expect anything. That's what the Protestant work ethic is. It's just basically the foundations of exploitative capitalism.
yeah. Also, he's going to go now, they're the most successsul, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, you know the Roman Empire that you were wanking off earlier? Like,
Not a single
Protestantism...
Protestant.
Yeah, not a single one of them was ever Protestant. In fact, statistically speaking, very few of them were Catholic either. But,
No.
you know, it's...
Not until centuries later.
Yeah. Okay.
Societies to ever exist.
No, again, the Roman Empire, very successful society. Was
Yeah,
around for a very long
China?
time.
I mean,
Yeah, ancient
effectively-
China, all of the
Yes.
the American civilizations, all of the
Yeah.
African civilizations.
Again, because you don't know
Indians,
about
yeah.
it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Just because you've been brought up in a Western-centric, white-centric, male-centric history bubble doesn't mean the rest of the world doesn't exist.
Yeah. Definitely homeschooled, 100%. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Hundo.
Yeah.
Hundo.
Sorry, you're right. You just nailed it. This
Yeah.
guy definitely reeks of homeschooling.
Yeah. He
Yep,
has
okay,
he has
nailed it.
learned a very, very narrow set of things of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, Egypt.
And to
Yep.
this day, the most developed countries are the historically Protestant ones. Now,
What?
Historically, Protestant countries are like Germany, parts of the Netherlands, and
Hang
Britain.
on, I want to take a
and
look at
to
this
this
map
day,
again.
the most
Right. Germany is a mixture.
Yeah,
Why is,
and
hang
I'm
on,
in a Catholic
Human
state.
Development Index. Why is Germany less well developed than Denmark or France?
Because we had to absorb Eastern Germany, maybe,
Okay,
and then
well,
relative
I guess,
deprivation
yeah.
when the Soviet. when
True,
the,
but how would that explain Switzerland then, or the Netherlands being that way?
Yeah, I don't
Who-
know.
This
Oh,
is
fucking
wank.
Calvinists were weirdos.
Yeah. Also, Italy's there, my dude.
Also, if you really want to look at it in terms of territory and colonialism, Spain kicked the fuck out of England's ass when it came to.
Oh no, hang on, no. So I've got that the wrong way around. So Germany is above France and Denmark.
Okay.
20%. Which, I mean, there are loads of Catholics there, you dickhead. Also, Italy, Catholic. France, Catholic.
Is that Ireland?
Belgium, Catholic.
That's upper.
Up Ireland, Catholic as fuck. Spain, Catholic.
I'm getting a real shoe on head, show a picture, and then describe something completely not demonstrated by the picture and move on.
Yeah.
Effect going on here.
Yeah. Again, mate, you're just wrong. You're just very wrong. And
You
you're
know what
showing
act
that
was
you're
it-
wrong, which is why I had to skip back and then pause, because you literally fucking flashed this on screen for 5 seconds because you knew it was bullshit.
Yep. Absolutely.
Look, dude, you're a Protestant, clearly, and that's fine. And you can say Protestantism, yay, it's awesome. That you know what, absolutely entitled to that viewpoint. Go for it. What you can't do is just falsify geography and history,
Which is what you're trying
which
to
is
get
what
away with.
exactly what he's trying to do here, and it's embarrassing.
developed countries are the historically Protestant ones. Now, all
Also, historically Protestant is an interesting phrase there, because there's nowhere that's historically Protestant, is there, really? Because Protestantism is a relatively new
Yeah,
development.
was it like a 18th century develop?
A little-
17th century?
17th century is generally, yeah. And even then, that's the start of it. In
Yeah.
terms of its major spread, That's 100 years later. So we're talking, it's just
Minimal.
it's a very modern concept. England was
Very baby religion.
England was pretty Catholic for a long time and had to be made not so by extreme force. Yeah.
Religion could give people something to fight for, but Protestantism specifically has this doctrine called the priesthood of all believers, which is that it's the job of every individual.
Oh, he's made all of the things into little politics balls with their faces on them. Like, my man, you are a fucking 6-year-old.
You are homeschooled.
This is sad.
So this is why we need to have public education and stop homeschooling.
Yeah.
It is evidence of
Individual
the
believer.
brainwashing.
To be a soldier for God's kingdom by sharing the good news about Jesus. And of course, Protestantism isn't the only form of Christianity, but I do believe it's been most successful in accomplishing the mission of Christianity, and it puts the most emphasis.
Oh, what, abusing kids?
What you? Well, no, that's Catholicism, please.
Oh, don't discount the Protestants.
Oh no,
They're
they've been pretty bad,
those
but
as
I think if we're going to make this a sports metaphor, they are at best qualifying for Europe. They are not winning the league.
Well, that's because of their inherent the fact that they've fragmented themselves. So they each have their own system of abuse, whereas the Catholics just have one system globally, so it looks more efficient. But
exactly,
I would say
they are the
Protestants
Microsoft
have,
of pederasty. Yes.
Yeah.
Although, given that Bill Gates was significant friends with Jeffrey Epstein, I would suggest that Microsoft might have been the Microsoft of pederasty as well. But that's a different matter entirely. What was I going to say? I've forgotten. Anyway, let it.
Oh yeah. By Pagan Man just brought up Trump's so-called spiritual advisor who molested a child, 12-year-old. Did you see that in the news? I didn't know,
but again, that's not a surprise. He was friends with Epstein. Yeah. He does surround himself with people who rape children. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a thing that happens.
Emphasis on personally believing and understanding that Jesus Christ died for your sins and rose again from the dead, and through him you can be raised from the dead as well. So if young men band together and do a crusade to restore the institutional churches, it'll do a few things. First of all, it's going to completely solve the male loneliness epidemic.
What? Killing people will solve male loneliness?
Also,
that's the take I haven't. I really.
He wants to do a crusade. Okay, for what? Firstly, the Crusades were Catholic.
Yes. No.
Like Protestantism wasn't a thing, right?
Not even close.
They would have literally put you to death as well as an apostate. So that's a thing. Secondly, what exactly are you? Where are you going in this crusade? What are you doing? You say to restore the churches. What does that mean? Because the Crusades were literally to take over land. Are you going to take the Holy Land back? Because again, they've got nuclear weapons now. Like I don't think it's going to be as easy to take Jerusalem this time.
No, he wants Christian men to kill unbelievers in America. He basically wants like his version of a race war, but like a religion war. He wants the destruction of everyone who doesn't groupthink him the way he does.
Yeah. Here we go. Trump's spiritual advisor admits to sexually abusing a 12-year-old. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to read up. Sorry, I've sort of dropped the ball on American politics a little bit recently because with the fact
the British, it's a lot to keep
election,
up with. Wow, so much. He got nailed on national service. He really flubbed that up. You should have a look at that complete.
Fuck up. Right up, yeah. As well as, of course, as the betting scandal, which is just wild.
Oh yeah, and more betting scandal.
None
of it's really. See, the thing is that it's not even like a policy thing. It's very much a cosmetic thing, but it goes to a pattern of behavior. It goes to a pattern of thinking you're above the law and the rules don't apply to you, and you're greedy and you're not going to end cronyism. It just feeds that narrative.
Yeah. Like no one believes that they're going to do anything good, which is telling. What's this? There's a debate on CNN next week. What in America? What Trump Biden?
Yep, I told you it was happening in June. Remember, I wanted to get going on our practice rounds.
That's so mental. Okay.
I told you this a month ago when I said I wanted.
Okay,
us to
but there
start
wasn't a general
practicing.
election then, was there? Well, actually, there was, I suppose. Anyway, so how are we going to do practice anything? What?
Well, I can't now because I'm going to be.
Well,
a new
exactly. So
candidate.
what was the point in bringing it up then? Just to shame me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Fair
Yeah,
enough.
because
That's-
I
yeah,
had this
that's-
whole thing, a
that's
suggestion
fair
about
enough.
how we should watch and start drinking and get, have it making a drinking game, and then you shamed me.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair,
You
yeah.
didn't even listen to what I said. You're watching sport, aren't you?
No.
You know, it used to be completely unheard of for people to not have friends because everyone's community was through the local church. But ever since the
they
decline of the
policed
local
you.
church, it's
Yeah,
been very
exactly,
common
yeah.
for men to have no in real life friends. Number two, it'll give men something to fight for. We all know
Give
that
men
men
an
bond with each
adventure.
other over going on an
Oh my
adventure
God.
and having some cause to be passionate about.
Can you pause
And
it?
number three, it will
Save the souls. So you want them to kill and rape and maim and pillage so that they can have some fun, make some friends, and come closer to God. You're a fucking lunatic. This guy is fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Also, notice the cheeky little bit of Gregorian chanting in the background.
Yeah. Oh.
Again, that's Catholic. I'm just saying, mate. You do seem to be
Yeah.
very familiar with a lot of Catholic shit for a prod. Just saying.
save the souls of people in Generation Z. You know, Christianity isn't just good because it's useful. It's good because it's objectively true. And because it delivers a message that saves
Objectively true. Objectively.
Yeah, apparently, just letting people get away with rape is objectively true. Just paying a fine for a sex crime, that's objectively true. You
Yeah.
freaking...
True. Facts.
Uh.
Honestly, I'm convinced, Christy. I think we need to do a Protestant crusade. He's won me over with the soundness of his argumentation.
Yeah.
I have
give
been
men an
bested in
adventure.
the crusade battlefield of ideas.
Fucking nutter.
Honestly, I have been Jafford. That's a city that they fucking sacked.
Here,
people
Kieran,
from-
it's called "Why Are Young Men So Lonely?" Just look it up on YouTube. You don't
By a
know.
guy called Redeemed Zuma, who
Oh,
honestly has never felt the touch of a woman.
not a Zoomer. Not as no. This guy sounds like he's in his 40s.
This guy is permaverge.
Yep.
eternal death and grants them eternal life. And eternal life is something that Generation Z desperately needs right now. And finally, reviving the institutional church will make the culture
Put
better
women
for both
in their
young
place.
men and
Improve culture for men and women. That doesn't mean anything. And it's, again, it is written in Comic Sans.
Yeah, so I'm taking it seriously.
And you know what? I think the original Crusades were called in Comic Sans as well. That's what got people on. But people were like, I'm not taking this seriously, Pope Urban II. Yeah, that's a fucking fact I remember. I'm not sure about this. Oh, hang on. it's in Comic Sans. Okay. Give me my helmet, lads.
Yeah.
Off we
Improve
go.
culture for men and women means put men back in charge, have patriarchy, and put women in their place, and keep them pregnant and deny them, birth control and abortion.
Yeah.
So that they're dependent on men.
yeah.
And also, gay people don't exist.
Well, of course they don't. That's modern degeneracy, Christo. That's because people haven't been given a thing to fight for.
Yeah, yeah. If they could just maim and kill and destroy more things, they would be happier.
Which is why I like ancient Rome, where the soldiers never had gay sex.
Yeah, and they were definitely emotionally and mentally stable.
And the ancient Greeks, they absolutely never ever engaged in man-on-man action.
Never once.
Never happened. And we know that because Rod Sterling told us. It was fine. If you just jerk off a friend, it's not gay.
Yeah. It's just a friendly little, hand job between mates.
Well, it's
Nothing
look.
to worry about.
What's a handshake? What's the difference between a handshake between hands and a hand and a cock?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. Which, I'll be honest with you, made that job interview go a little bit weird. But I got the job, so...
and young women, because it's going to rebuild strong families and communities that are centered around a common purpose. So if you're looking to explore a Christian community, I made a map of historic Protestant churches all around.
Yeah, that's useful. That's definitely very useful. Presbyterian, Lutheran, Dutch Reformed. Nice. Anglican churches. Anglican churches are dying, mate. What the fuck is...
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
And also, I don't think they are quite fundamentalist enough for him.
Yeah, undoubtedly. They've accepted women as bishops. It's disgraceful. Christy, gays are just allowed to exist. They're not even burnt at the stake.
Around the world, so you can find a Protestant church close to you.
Fucking
Now, these days, a
Pittsburgh.
lot of Protestant churches are either ugly or liberal, but I made sure
We don't want to be welcoming. Fuck that
Ugly or
noise.
liberal? Tag yourselves, chat. Which one are you? Come on. Come on. Ugly or liberal? I mean, I frankly am a little bit of both, if I'm entirely honest, but, you know.
Wow. Unbelievable.
that every church on my map is both traditional in terms of teaching and in terms of style.
Yeah, white men.
And if you want
White
online
men.
Christian community, you're welcome to join the Redeemed
Oh.
Zoomers Discord,
Oh,
where you
Oh,
He's
let me, has he got a
not-
link? Has he got a link? Please let me
Yes,
say
of
he's got a
course
link.
he's got a link.
Find a
No.
historic church near you. Discord! I'm joining his fucking Discord. Let's have a look.
It's going to
Accept,
be invaded by a bunch of secularist...
Ex- accept
liberals.
invite. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's not exactly popping off. Redeemed Zoomer. Skullboard?
What?
It's got a thing called Skullboard. This is a Protestant server. In Muslim countries, it's legal for Christians, but not to leave Islam to become Christian. So in this server, pre-existing Catholics and Orthos are welcome, but converts may be subject to random banishment. So if you're the wrong kind of Christian, you get fucked
Great.
off as well. Brilliant. Event announcements. Office of Readings in 5 minutes. Oh, they do prayer readings. Divine Office Prayer Night. Oh, God, this is the shittest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, fuck that. Anyway, I'll be checking that out offline.
You can meet Christians of all different denominations to learn about their distinctive practices and beliefs and traditions, but of course this is not meant to be a substitute for real church because we encourage everyone in the server to go to church in real life as well. And if you're already a strong Christian and you want something to fight for, you can join Operation Reconquista. We are a group of
Reconquista!
Okay.
You can't say Protestant Reconquista, because Reconquista is Catholic. That's a Catholic concept. What are you...
So homeschooled. So homeschooled.
So homeschooled. You can't conquista, or you can't reconquista something you didn't already conquista.
Conquista.
Yeah. The re is a thing that's based on something that happened in the past, and
Well,
you weren't
maybe-
going like America. Oh my
Maybe
head
he
hurts.
wants to reconquista America so there's white Protestant men running shit again.
Well, unlike now, actually, no. Technically, there's a
Yeah.
Catholic. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly. And
The-
so on the
yeah.
Supreme Court as well.
The papists have taken over Washington D.C. Christy,
Pretty much.
can you
yeah.
believe it?
Exactly.
He's going to serve Rome. Is a thing that they've said about people in the past.
It's insane. Yeah.
Smith
it's
and
ridiculous.
Kennedy and
Absolutely
Biden.
ridiculous. Yeah, Kennedy. Guy who's having fucking Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, he really listens to the Pope.
To be fair, the Pope didn't sing Happy Birthday to him though.
Well,
in a seductive
nor
voice.
did he wear a scantily, like, very tight and, shimmery dress while doing it either.
Fuck him.
No, didn't do that either.
Which, you know what, Pope? A missed opportunity. You had a small window of opportunity there to get railed by the President of the
I
United
just
States.
don't understand how anyone can meet the Pope and be like, so are you going to pay the victims of the pedophiles that you protected for decades?
No. But we did forgive the Beatles. So,
Mm-hmm.
checkmate. Check. Mate.
mainline Protestants fighting to take back our traditional churches from secularists that
What
have hijacked
does that
it.
mean?
So there's going to be a link in the description of this video explaining
Also,
how
the
this
fact that it's called the Protestant Reconquista, I do hope you're being watched by the authorities. Because that's a very violent... The Reconquista wasn't just taking back some churches from liberals. There was the murder and just driving out the ethnic cleansing of an entire peninsula in Europe.
He doesn't know that because he was homeschooled.
By Catholics, by the way. Catholics did that. So
Also,
I'm
yep.
just saying.
this is going to work. The bottom line is, if you're a young man in today's world, the culture rejects you, but Jesus
Good.
does not.
I hope he does reject you. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Lunatics.
Join the church and find something to believe in.
Suck my dick.
Yeah, like violence and killing people because that will make you happy, apparently. I need a comfort break. Do you want to do a shill?
Go for it.
All right, BRB.
Okie doke. Hello there, everybody. If you're enjoying my content, and I do hope you are, you can hit the follow button. You can subscribe to the channel. I don't know. I'm looking at the camera. I'm not on fucking camera tonight. You can hit the subscribe button. You can give subs to the community. You can subscribe with Amazon Prime. You can do bits messages. 200 bits or more will get you a text to speech. You can do super chats via the Streamlabs link below. You can gigantify an emote. Is a thing you can do. You can do on-screen celebrations. You can highlight a message or some shit. I don't know. These are things you can do. Yeah. You can help me out on Patreon and or PayPal. Especially the PayPal, because I am broke as fuck right now. So if you wanted to throw me a few quid, I wouldn't be... I will happily jerk you off, even if you don't have a cock. Yes, you can do... what else can you do? Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, and the YouTubes. Hello there, YouTubes. You can't give me money on the YouTubes, but you can go over to... what can you go over to fuck me, God almighty, Kev, this is awful. Twitch.tv/KFLogan1875.
Get some help.
And you can hit the follow button and subscribe and do bits messages, etc. I'm not going through the whole list again.
Of course.
Hello there, Rogue Twitchin. Thank you for subscribing, resubscribing with Prime, 7 months.
Ooh,
that is
nice.
Commitment to degeneracy. I appreciate that. Anyway.
Protestant Reconquista.
The Liggle Iggle.
Yeah. So he speaks so fast. I'm halfway tempted to ask you to drop it down to 0.75 because.
Christy, and you know, I like to drop it down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Shorty got low. Just because he's, oh my God, he's so fast. He speaks so fast. I don't know if he knows because his topic is boring sometimes or what. But just...
Legal shit is boring, yeah.
Yeah, it can be a little bit boring. So just FYI, he goes at, I don't know if he goes at Coke speed basically.
Yes.
But also it's hilarious because
it's hilarious because Alex Jones losing all of his money, which is fun.
Alex Jones tried to avoid the law, but it looks like the law caught up. And in the process, he's finally going to lose his shirt. Unintentionally this time. Yes, it looks like Alex Jones is going to be forced to sell off his personal fortune to pay off his debts. But it's not all good news. Unfortunately, it looks like he'll be able to keep hiding his corporate assets from plaintiffs.
I didn't believe we were this and we are this.
Jones' disturbing obsession has been denying the deaths of the 26 people murdered at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. For years, Jones and his associates have insisted the whole thing was a hoax and that the 21st graders did not really die that day, and in the process, he encouraged his viewers to harass the surviving family members. Jones's fans responded by stalking the families, both online and in person, and the families finally filed suit against Jones and won judgments totaling almost $1.5 billion in Connecticut and Texas. But so far, Jones hasn't paid anything on those judgments, instead funneling millions of dollars from InfoWars to himself and his relatives, at least on...
Marcus, we've literally, why would we need a second lawyer? He's a lawyer who's explaining the thing to us. We get you on when there's like a breaking news thing or whatever. And
yeah, like important shit.
Yeah. This is an
like a
Alex
breaking
Jones
case of glass kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like when the Supreme Court eventually is going to rule on the Trump thing, we're going to have you on.
Exactly.
We'll probably also have you talk about the domestic violence ruling as well. Probably not the tax law one, though.
And you still haven't sent me a picture of your cock.
Yep.
So...
rude.
Exactly. That's rude. Exactly. You want to talk about who's being rude here?
On paper, all while claiming to be broke. Again, on paper. And he filed for bankruptcy, again on paper, before the Connecticut trial was over and eventually produced a suspicious invoice making it look like InfoWars owed his parents $54 million. And as a result, the bankruptcy proceedings have largely stalled the collections process for 2 years. However, things are finally looking up for the plaintiffs. Yes, the federal bankruptcy court in Texas held...
I know what he means, but when he kept going on paper, on paper, on paper, I was just thinking, what do you want, vellum?
Hey,
that's a history joke.
That is. You could have gone papyrus. I'd have accepted that.
Yeah. Also papyrus could have been an option there. Okay. That was it. It was in my
hearing
head.
on June 14th to determine whether to dismiss the bankruptcy proceeding, which would be super bad news for Alex Jones, or convert it to a Chapter 7 liquidation, which would be even worse.
You know law's boring. Don't even fucking come at me with that shit. You know. You live it. You know exactly what this is.
These options would allow plaintiffs to seize some of Jones's property at long last. And now that he's being forced to sell his property, Jones told his viewers that he's doing it all for the children.
It's been a hard fight.
Oh, this is some crisis actor shit. What the fuck?
These people hate our children.
So today we're going to talk about how
I do hate your children, yeah. No, that is true, I do, yeah.
we're getting to the end of the bankruptcy of Alex Jones and how it's super bad news for Alex Jones. Now, we've covered what happened at Sandy Hook Elementary many times. A quick recap. On December 14th, 2012, a gunman murdered 20 first graders and 6 teachers at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Jones spent the next decade promoting lies about the massacre, suggesting that the government staged the shooting.
Can someone inform Illuminati that he's doing her thing again of putting up a piece with the highlighter? Because that's a thing that she invented apparently.
What?
So can someone
What?
inform her, please? That was based on drama from like 6 months ago, Christy. If you can't remember and keep up with this terminally online brain wormage, I can't help you.
Who thinks that they invented highlighting on a video?
They didn't really. They made a big deal, and literally the drama was Illuminati, who is a piece of shit, who is still doing their thing anyway. Got in touch with Legal Eagle, so a legal professional, and said, sent them a cease and desist from using this this type of technique, and he was like, this has been around forever, and it's
right?
Exactly, yeah. And she was like, this is a thing I do on my channel, so can you please like cease and desist from doing this? And he was like, but that's just in your fucking software. That's like, you didn't invent this. That's a thing that somebody else put in a piece of package that you have, which I have as well. You don't own this. Fuck off.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so that's... Was that from a year ago? Oh, my God. Time flies.
Centerfeet.
Yeah.
Fleet? What is it? Feet? Fleet?
What?
That's German. What is time flies in Latin? Tempus? Something.
The Tempest. That's William Shakespeare play, Christo.
Time flies.
That grieving parents
Semper
were crisis
Fi.
actors, and that the incident was manufactured so that Obama could take away all of our precious guns. Jones used this InfoWars
Tempus
program to
fugit.
promote people like Jim.
What?
Fugit. Tempus fugit. I don't speak Latin.
Fuge.
It looks like the Fugees, but with IT at the end instead of double E's.
One time.
Fetzer, a retired professor who wrote a book called Nobody Died at Sandy Hook. Fetzer spread malicious lies like the death certificates for shooting victims had been faked and that a shooting victim's gravestone was actually a computer-generated graphic. He accused Sandy Hook parent Leonard Posner of being, quote, a different man named Reuben Wagner, who he insists is part of some international Jewish conspiracy. He claimed
It's always the Jews. They go after Jewish people on everything. Fucking hell. Whether it's shell shock, whether it's school shooting.
Everything. Yeah.
Fucking Christ
lazy
almighty.
Protestants.
Exactly. Well, that's why you need to do a Protestant Reconquista, which is totally a legitimate concept that actually exists in the real world. Oh, humans.
Crisis actors, and he claimed a whole bunch of other crazy nonsense. Now, InfoWars chief editor Paul Watson told Jones, quote, it makes us look really bad to align with people who harass parents of dead kids, but Jones was only too happy.
Paul Watson, when Paul Joseph Watson is the voice of reason in the room,
you
have
really
crossed
really
a
gone over the
very
edge.
significant line there at that point. Like, you need to row the fuck back.
To align with people who harass the parents of dead kids because it helped them sell massive quantities of nutritional supplements. And so Jones made at least 20 more videos
super
with
male
false claims about
vitality.
Sandy Hook. But Jones didn't just lie to his audience, he encouraged them to investigate the situation on their own, and a court concluded that Jones intended to activate his audience. Millions of people watched and listened to InfoWars, and some of them stalked and targeted the Sandy Hook families and first responders. Now, eventually the Sandy Hook families had
to the point where they can't even go and visit the graves of their dead children.
Yeah.
Because of security concerns.
I mean, $1 billion is symbolic, but it's not enough.
No, well, yeah, no amount of money
nothing
could.
would ever be enough.
No amount of money could ever really make up for it. But it's enough that it's like sort of almost comically huge sum of money.
Look, it's meant to destroy him, which it should.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
had enough harassment from Jones and his associates, so they filed defamation lawsuits against Jones, InfoWars, and related companies in Connecticut and Texas. Now, despite all the evidence that 26 people lost their lives that day, Jones broadcasted lies about Sandy Hook for over 5 years, and during a deposition in that case, Jones finally admitted what everyone else already knew, that the gunman murdered 26 people. Jones said that he had a form of psychosis that led him to believe it was all a hoax. Now, the Connecticut case went to trial, but...
I mean, greed is a form of psychosis, yes. In a way, if you want to completely ignore what a psychosis is, yeah. You being a money-grubbing piece of shit who will say anything in order to sell your stupid fucking pills that people will just piss out of their body. It won't do anything good for them. Yeah, that's a psychosis.
But only on damages because Jones refused to obey the court's discovery orders and failed to meaningfully participate in the discovery process. So after Jones basically refused to give any information about himself and his companies, the judge entered a default judgment on liability as a sanction, and the jury awarded the plaintiffs $965 million. The court ordered Jones to pay an additional $473 million in punitive damages. Jones tried the same tactic in the Texas case and was met with a similar result. And after a default judgment, the jury awarded the victims $49 million. Jones and his company, Free Speech Systems, now owe the Sandy Hook plaintiffs...
Free Speech Systems? They really are just it's a joke to them, isn't it? Just call it a free speech thing. Everything's the freedoms of the peaches, except when anything threatens actual freedom of speech, that they will support. Yeah.
Nearly $1.5 billion in damages. And so far, they have yet to see a penny of that money because Jones has claimed to be broke and filed for bankruptcy. Jones first filed for personal bankruptcy, but since InfoWars is also liable, its parent company, Free Speech Systems, also filed for bankruptcy under Chapter 11. Now, Chapter 11 bankruptcy is the nice bankruptcy. It allows a person or company to reorganize, lower its debts, and continue as a going concern. Now, in 2019, Congress passed the Small Business Reorganization Act to make it easier for small businesses without a lot of assets to go through the bankruptcy process faster and with less oversight. This is known as Subchapter 5 of Chapter 11. Now, initially, Subchapter 5 was...
Look, I'm just going to say to Marcus in chat, do not fucking tell me that law isn't boring. He just said a whole lot without saying anything.
I told you
it's
you were
Subchapter 4 of Chapter A of Chapter 11 of Chapter. Just bollocks.
It was only available to companies whose debts were under $2.7 million. But once COVID hit, Congress raised the...
Is 1.4 billion bigger than 2.1 million? Is that... I'm not good with maths. Is that a bigger number than the other number?
Yeah, billions or more.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, no,
Be bigger.
Every day is a learning day, okay?
Yeah, be bigger.
The threshold to $7.5 million. Now, Jones thought he could outsmart the plaintiffs by putting Free Speech Systems in the Subchapter 5 bankruptcy proceedings before the Connecticut jury assessed damages. And according to the bankruptcy filings, Free Speech Systems reported $79 million in liabilities. But wait a minute, how did Free Speech Systems qualify as a small business if it had $79 million in debt? Didn't I just say that a company needs to have less than 7.5?
Is it just me, or is Legal Eagle starting to border on one of those old-timey beards where his sideburns start to, like, flare out? You ever, like, so you see those when the guys get the really puffy, like, chin?
Like a kind of late 19th century economics professor.
Yes!
Yeah. He's about to drop, honestly, the sickest free market lecture you've ever seen in your life.
Just like
$5 million
one of those guys, like a Civil War type.
Exactly.
Like
his name's,
beard.
Alucius.
Yes.
Alucius P. Harmsworth.
Mutton chops, yeah. But not like the Elvis kind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of...
Wiry, more wiry and more grey.
Like pubes. Straight pubes.
Well, Subchapter 5 contains a sneaky exception for insider and affiliated debt. Section 1182 of the Bankruptcy Code states that for Subchapter 5 eligibility, the term debtor means a person engaged in commercial or business activities, including any affiliate of such person that is also a debtor under this title, and excluding a person whose primary activity is the business of owning single asset real estate, that has aggregate non-contingent liquidated secured and unsecured debts as of the date of the filing of the petition or the date of the order for relief in an amount not more than $7,500,000, excluding debts owed to one or more affiliates or insiders, not less than 50% of which...
Literally end me. What is this?
This also started to make me
this is
my eyes droop.
Yeah.
arose
know if we
from the
needed this
commercial
level
or
of
business
detail.
activities of the debtor. This means that if the debtor owes a debt to a company or person affiliated with the debtor, the debts don't count against the $7.5 million. So if Free Speech Systems owed money to one of Jones's other companies or to Jones himself, those debts don't count when calculating whether Free Speech Systems can elect Subchapter 5 treatment. And according to Jones's lawyers, his companies were exactly like this.
He's literally got Roger Stone behind him. Oh no. Oh, that's awful. He looks like a
Just
fucking...
a list of just a line of criminals.
Honestly, that is the most cursed conjoined twin situation I've ever seen. Just Roger Stone growing out of your neck. Oh no.
Small family business that were intended to be beneficiaries of Subchapter 5. Except that Free Speech Systems owes $53 million to a company called PQPR Holdings. And guess who owns PQPR Holdings? Well, it's Alex Jones himself and his parents, David and Carol Jones. And PQPR Holdings is the company that supplies InfoWars with the supplements that he makes so much money on, nearly $500,000 a week. And if this all smells fishy to you, well, yeah, it's basically a giant rotted fish. Because Jones engineered all this, the debt, the bankruptcy, and the suspicious supplement sales. All in order to stop the plaintiffs from ever collecting on the damages award. And we know that this is what Jones intended because he said so. While the Sandy Hook verdict was being read, Jones urged his followers to pretty please buy the supplements. So Jones thought he was smarter than everybody else, and it sure looked weird that a company that made as much money as InfoWars somehow owed nearly $55 million to a supplement company. But Jones had figured that out too. In the words of Liz Dye, by sheer coincidence, PQPR forgot to build the company for a period of years, only remembering the debt when Jones's refusal to cooperate with Discovery netted him default judgments in multiple states. Not that you needed more evidence, but David Jones is a dentist and Carol Jones is a homemaker. I guess they just forgot to invoice their son's company for about $54 million in supplements.
My dad does that all the time, yeah.
Yep.
Like the other day, he was like, "Have you got that $73 million?" I was like, "Oh, shit, yeah. No, so yeah. Next Tuesday, yeah, you know, I'll pop around next Tuesday, yeah."
See, InfoWars is a classic mom and pop operation. Now, the plaintiffs rightfully called BS on the entire scheme. As I pointed out, once Jones knew he was about to be on the receiving end of a massive judgment, he started transferring money out of Free Speech Systems. Quote, after the defamation cases began, the Jones debtors started transferring large sums of money to the Jones transferees. These sums included money that the Jones debtors started regularly transferring from Free Speech Systems to PQPR the same month that the default judgments were rendered. In fact,
well, that is very convenient timing. Extremely convenient.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
And just a total coincidence. It was just, he always planned to do that reorganisation at that exact moment. It just happened to go inside with him needing to stash tens of millions of dollars away.
The month the default judgments were rendered, Free Speech Systems started transferring to PQPR between $11,000 per day and $11,000 per week, plus 60 to 80% of Free Speech Systems sales revenue, supposedly just to pay the interest on the alleged $54 million debt. Free Speech Systems claims he's
servicing the $54 million debt he has to his parents. Very normal, very down-to-earth, everyday stuff. He definitely is not a lizard in a human suit. He's not. Anyone who says that is
just wrong.
Lizard phobic.
Just wrong.
Payments are part of the financial disentanglement between the two companies. In reality, their transfers designed to siphon off
See you
the
later,
Jones
Tharia.
debtors' assets to make them judgment-proof. You probably already knew this, but a fraudulent transfer is an effort to avoid debt by transferring assets to another person or company that are not bona fide. And the Subchapter 5 trustee assigned to the case investigated for 10 months and then filed a report concluding that, quote, based on the lack of corporate formalities, commingling of assets, and general course of dealings between PQPR and FSS, including Dr. Jones's clear involvement in directing which of FSS's creditors were paid, the trustee does not believe that the asserted secured PQPR debt is legitimate. The trustee also found that, quote, it is difficult to view FSS and PQPR as anything but one entity, and it's difficult to accept that the establishment of the two promissory notes with PQPR were merely coincidental. And so far, the bankruptcy court...
Why isn't that a sound alert on my channel already?
Right?
Mad. Love it.
has yet to rule on the trustee's report. Meanwhile, Free Speech Systems is still grinding through the bankruptcy process. The parties were supposed to collaborate on a reorganization plan, but Jones stymied that by proposing that the first creditor in line would be PQPR Holdings, meaning that the mom-and-pop supplement shop would get paid before any of the parents of the dead children.
What
and
a
Jones is
shock.
following the same pattern he established in the defamation cases. Stall by making ridiculous arguments while the plaintiffs followed the rules. But notwithstanding, the plaintiffs kept their eyes on the prize. Their ultimate goal has been to dislodge the bankruptcy filing so they can begin the collections process against Jones and his related companies. And right now, they can't do anything without the approval of the 2 bankruptcy trustees. So the plaintiffs filed a motion arguing that the defendant's debt should be non-dischargeable in bankruptcy. Now, we've talked about this before. Non-dischargeable debt is a type of debt that cannot be eliminated through the bankruptcy proceeding. Most student loans are not dischargeable in bankruptcy, and same with alimony and child support, as well as state and federal taxes. In the Bankruptcy Code 11
Can you
U.S.C.
pause it?
523,
That was the worst thing ever when they said your student loan can't be dealt with through bankruptcy.
Yeah, that's fucking
Like, I
mad.
understand child support, and I understand your taxes, but literally no other business gets to like avoid the bankruptcy restructuring. But student loan companies, and if you default on your student loan, the federal government pays it for you, and then they try to claim it. So the student loan companies, they're the fucking worst thing ever. They really, really are. They're worse than people look. Well, no, payday loans are worse. Payday loans are the only thing in the lending like industry that are worse than student loans.
Yes. What's
Just
this? Important
fuckers.
update. Oh,
What's
it's
that?
become a meme. Oh, okay. The 2 I showed you this on Wednesday, didn't I? The 2 Scottish lads shielding the old woman from the rain.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
become like a meme now. Is that at the airport? What's this? Found here. Oh, it's on X. Hang on, what's it? But what's it from?
That does look like it's at an airport. Or some
The
sort of-
animation is being broadcast on the screens on German trains. That's that's iconic as fuck.
Did you see the article I sent you about like people who came for the Scotland game to Cologne, like having really fond memories of Cologne as they leave because they really enjoyed their time here?
Oh, well, I saw
No, clearly
I
you
saw that
didn't
you
see it.
mentioned it, but I didn't read it.
No, you didn't. Of course not.
What, Christy? I've got shit to do.
What?
Masturbation. it's important. That's Baked Alaska, so that's not the one I'm after there. Cologne. Here we are. Cologne, the German city. Hang on. Cologne's tartan takeover. Praise pretzels and Buckfast, which is alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, you can just scroll down to the last paragraph. I think the last 2
Oh,
paragraphs.
they're
is
there
fine.
outside the cathedral.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That is a sarcastically large pretzel. But I'm sure I won't be alone when I say I'll miss Cologne, and it will always have a special place in the heart of the Tartan Army.
Aww.
Ah, that is good. Nearly won as well. Hit the post at 1-1. Oh, guttage. Anyway, yeah, no, good for them.
Yeah, it was really nice. Again, it was like I said, we had the Swiss, and the Scots, and I had 2 weird accents in my head at the same time.
And if we ever get like high-speed rail, Cologne's like close enough that it would be on the network, and you could get from Scotland to Cologne in no time. If we ever
Well,
get a high-speed train.
Yeah, I mean, they've got
Which
the
we won't.
Eurostar, which is yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
France is actually pretty quick to get through because of the high-speed train.
Well, no, but I'm thinking from Scotland to
Yeah,
to Kent
get to Cologne. Yeah.
is like 27 hours, and then it's like 2 hours from Kent to Cologne or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. It's like fucking marching to Mount Doom to get to Dover. And then like fucking boop, oh, you're just there. Oh, I'm just on the other side of the continent now. Okay, cool.
lists all of the types of non-dischargeable
That's
debts,
so sweet
including
that they're
those
doing
which
that
are, quote,
little-
willful and malicious
video.
injury by the debtor to another entity or
So
to
that
the
was
property
when was
of
that?
another
Was that in
entity.
Cologne?
No,
What the? Hang on. Have I not reshared again?
No, I'm still looking at the Scottish.
Oh,
flag.
sorry. Okay, I played the video and you were talking again, and I was like, "Oh, this bitch be talking over shit all the time." No, I'm only joking. Yeah, that was on the trains. They've made it into like an
Aw.
animation and shit. Cool.
Aw.
See, Scottish people are fucking dope, man. Scottish people just get on with motherfuckers. Whereas the English is literally singing. There's this song, 10 German bombers, which works on the same basis as 10 green bottles, where you go down one number each
Oh,
time.
okay, yeah.
And it's about how the RAF shot down German bombers. You think it's 80 years, lads. Like, Germany have been chill as fuck. They've hosted this tournament. It's been fucking dope. They've had people from all over the continent go there. Yay, good times. And you cunts are singing about the war. Just stop. Actually fucking stop. You make people hate us. Fucking dickheads. And the Germans, are, again, even about that, they've been chill. They're like, well, they are allowed to sing these songs, you know. And you're like, what the fuck? No, be angrier. You're allowed to be angry about that. You don't have to be chill about that specific
sorry, I'm
thing.
looking at the video now. Yeah, they're down at the Ultimacht. Well, that's where they took over, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, aw.
What's this? The helpers in the stadium are happy to see us. Oh, that's cool. Oh, nice. Sorry, yeah. Anyway, whereas the Scots are like, yeah, let's have a fucking party, and they get just as it's not even the drink as well, because the Scots get fucking hammered, and they don't start trouble. They're not there fucking rowing.
There's a German video that says the world needs more Scottish fans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they they've got as much fucking passion as anyone else. It's not like it's just the English football culture is fucking trash.
Yeah. And they're right next to the house of the donor house. Where they're hanging out.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's funny.
Way more chill than Denmark. Denmark fans said England is the shit part of Scotland. True.
C523 lists all of the types of
And I love the fact that they've now got these food wars that are happening, right? So in the stand, they've started send all of the every time you're against a country that you're playing against, they have these signs in the stand that have like goulash is better than whatever whatever food you have from your country. Goulash is better than falafel, and on the other side it's the other way around. So they're just rowing on each other's grub. I love it. It's just so twee. It's beautiful.
Now, did you see the fan march through Cologne?
No, what happened there?
Okay, so what happens is because it's very walkable, Cologne. They basically have
submissive and walkable, yes.
A police escort. They sort of like have a rally point where they bring all the fans from the two different sides,
right? And
they have them come from the north end or the south end.
Yeah.
And then they just like walk them up the road. There's a massive parade. Do you want to have a look? It's on TikTok. You have a possibility to.
Hang on, we've got Tartan Army march to the stadium. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Someone linked that. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a look. So you couldn't do that with the English fans because people would get fucking hurt. Unfortunately.
See if this is it. Oh yeah, I've got a better one though.
They've got fucking bagpipes and shit. He brought drums.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll be honest, there are some munted singing voices in this, but they're happy and they're peaceful, and that's beautiful.
Yeah. If you go into the Discord, I've got one with a nicer shot.
Okay.
That's a nice compilation.
And so you've seen the chill Scottish fans, and guess where England are playing their last game, Christy, on Tuesday?
Where?
In Cologne.
Oh no.
You're going to get to see the fantastic sight of England fans, and I think you'll be able to report back to us about how fucking atrociously different they are.
Yeah. Oh, we're just watching the same thing again.
No, it's not looping, I promise you.
Oh.
It's the... Then we've got the one that Christy sent me, marching through Cairn!
Good.
If you spell it like that, you have to say Cairn!
Cairn. Might have to big it up a bit.
Look, that's fucking amazing shit. I love
Yep.
it.
This is how they went to all their games.
Yeah, Matt, that's literally what sparked all this off. I showed it on Wednesday, and then they've turned it into like an animated thing on the fucking trains in Germany.
Yeah, so I said it is a police escort, but they don't really
Yeah.
need to worry about the Scottish fans, do
Yeah.
they?
No, the English fan, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and then they just walk them to the stadium, 2 different entrances. you
Yeah.
know, But
Yeah, fucking dope. Awesome.
yeah, so one of my colleagues lives near where the Swiss lined up.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
she said it was quite fun. It's like watching a parade, basically.
And honestly, I feel sorry for the people of Köln because they've been suckered into a full sense of happiness. They've had the nice experience of like Scottish people and Swiss people speaking weird German and weird English.
Yeah,
right?
but they're gonna be able to get a lot of weed here. I mean, I walk into work and I smell weed at like 9 o'clock.
True,
in the
but
morning.
they've been in fucking trouble everywhere we've gone because that's
Yeah.
what England fans fucking do. Again, even when they're not being violent, they're singing ridiculously offensive songs. And again, the Germans are chill. They're like, well, they can sing these songs. You know, I don't know what he's French now, but they can sing these songs. And you're like, no, tell
Yeah,
them to
they
fucking
can't
crack
be-
some fucking skulls. What are you
Oh,
doing?
I didn't realize this, but if you insult a police officer, you can get arrested for that. Like you know how you can say, "Oh, fucking, I hate the whole bill. I hate the old bill. Fucking old bill,"
Yeah.
and give him the finger, and British cops will be like, "Whatever, mate. I don't
Yeah.
even care."
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. In Germany, you can actually get arrested for that shit.
Yeah.
In theory, you're not supposed to be verbally aggressive to anybody, like in the streets or
Well, that
offensive,
would make football impossible. Because again, football at its best is people being nicely verbally aggressive to one another.
Yeah.
It's not a nicey
Just
thing.
basically
Yeah.
hand weed out. Just hand out edibles. keep
Yeah,
them calm.
is there some way you can get like the THC like weed stuff into the beer taps? Just fucking poison an entire
can we-
city with
yeah,
weed.
I mean, if we
yeah.
get it into edibles, if we can like put it on fish and chip, we can put it on chips, in
Yes,
the oil.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the oil of the chips.
Yeah,
Infuse
get the
it,
THC shit, yeah. Because that might be the only way that the fucking cathedral survives, frankly.
Oh
what,
no, it gets pissed on a lot already.
what the
during
RAF
carnival.
didn't do 80 years ago, the England football fans
Yeah, well,
almost
if we do it this
certainly
year.
will, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking garbage, and they embarrass us. That's the thing. Like people being pricks, whatever. There are some bad people, but they're just awful. They sing awful songs. They boo opposing national anthems. Why are you doing that? That's just cunty.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. Like you even know what the Serbian national anthem is. If it wasn't for the fact that it was being played in the thing, if I played you 3 random songs, you couldn't have picked the fucking Serbian one out of it, you cunts. And they'll boo it because why not? Fuck them, right? And then they'll smash a town centre up, and then everyone's like, "Oh, the English are monsters," and we're not really. It's mostly
Just
these
the fans.
cunts. It's
Yeah.
Tommy Robinson and his mates. Fucking pricks letting everyone down. Fuck's sake. Anyway, talking of wankers, Alex Jones.
Oh yeah.
debts,
redo
including
your,
those which are,
screen
quote,
on
willful
Twitch.
and malicious
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
just
Thank you.
injury by the debtor to another entity or to the property of another entity. Now, that section exists to punish debtors who commit egregious and intentional acts. And the plaintiffs have argued that Jones has engaged in all kinds of fraudulent transfers and that he shouldn't be rewarded for his moral turpitude. Now, the bankruptcy judge concluded that
Moral
the judgments were
turpitude.
fully and fairly
Yeah, that's
litigated,
pretty good.
despite Jones's many complaints about not being allowed to put on a defense. And the bankruptcy court decided that
Turpitude, that's the thing you get paint off with, isn't it? I think so.
I think the first time I heard the phrase moral turpitude was in some Christian Slater movie where he was a cop.
Oh wow.
Oh
okay.
God, it was so long ago. It was probably the late 80s.
Yeah, that's true, Andrew. Yeah, Germany's not very good with the Israel thing. I've been really let down. There's a football team I was very fond of in Germany called St. Pauli, who are based in Hamburg. And they're very, very well known as an anti-fascist, very politically left-wing party, football club. And they've just actually been promoted to the Bundesliga.
Oh, okay.
But because German anti-fascism is really interesting because obviously it's got a bit of a history in terms of anti-Semitism, the nation, and so they're very like they've just gone ultra like Israel is fucking perfect and awesome, and any criticism is anti-Semitism bit, and so they've been like they banned a group that wanted to protest Israel from an anti-fascist club.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty grim shit. And so yeah, the police have been cracking down on anti-Israel protests, and that's not. Yeah, I'm not super fucking chill with that. Israel, what's this? Euro 2024. How Germany is ramping up security for high-risk England game. More than 300,000 British fans are expected to travel to Germany for the tournament. Blah blah blah. Germany is ramping up its security. The heightened security in Gelsenkirchen for Germany's opening game on Sunday means fans will be served lower alcoholic beer. Oh my god. They're having to like drip feed them bits of alcohol to chill them the fuck out. Okay. Inside police watch over crowds of the potentially volatile using CCTV. Blah 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 blah. Germany is hoping to avoid a repeat of riots that year, which marred the event and resulted in more than 1,500 arrests. Yes, the England-Russia game was particularly noticeable in Marseille. Literally pitched battles in the fucking streets for the 2 days leading up to it. In France in 2016, wasn't it? Anyway.
Yeah.
Most of Jones's acts that gave rise to the defamation and other claims were
If you're
made
in
with the
Kern,
requisite mental state.
stay
Judge Christopher
safe.
Lopez said that the Connecticut State Court had clearly determined that Jones's conduct was willful and malicious, and this finding was, quote, also necessary to the judgment and the jury award of damages. Judge Lopez said, quote, these are specific findings about an objective certainty of harm.
Honestly, Illuminati is going to sue him. He has stolen her thing here completely. Embarrassing.
And a subjective motive to cause harm in connection with the defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress claims. They are not, as Jones argues, superfluous findings about intent related to the plaintiff's harm.
Is that what it's called? Pisswasser? I don't think you need a translation on that one. I think that just works on its own.
It is irrelevant that the state court could have awarded damages on reckless acts. What is important is what the court actually did. Here there are findings about a deliberate and intentional act meant to cause injury, not just a deliberate act that leads to injury. The state court also considered the...
Oh, God. Sorry, there's more Scottishness.
Oh,
it
okay.
needs to,
I'll
needs
take
to be
that.
seen. I mean, what can only be described as a Hagrid cosplayer, I think.
Okay.
Has see, this is the kind of chaos the Scots fans go up to. He went up the wrong escalator and got trapped. So he's. Hang on. Go on, lad. Go on. Oh no! Down he goes. Come on. He's fucked his beer off.
Beer up first.
Come on. Go on, lad. Oh, he's admitted defeat. Oh, no.
His legs gave out.
Scotland got a point, but that fan took the L. Oh, guttage. Sorry. I felt that was a diversion that needed to happen.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
The additional factors listed above, but the focus remained on willful and intentional acts and not on a lesser standard like recklessness. In sum, the state court made specific findings that went directly to the amount of punitive damages. They were necessary to the judgment. So summary judgment is granted on the debt for CU-TPA punitive damages. Judge Lopez ruled that almost all the damages were non-dischargeable in bankruptcy. $1.15 billion of the damages owed to the Connecticut plaintiffs and $4.3 million of the damages owed to the Texas plaintiffs.
Okay, we've got history, German-French history. From a Frenchman.
Okay.
Little tidbit of thank you, Lord Fritos, for this. Little tidbit of Franco-German history. During the Nazi occupation, the German put posters on the walls of Paris stating with quote Achtung, oh my God, Bekannte Machung. Almost certainly not how that's pronounced.
Attention, known what? Bekanter?
Bekannt Machung. Bekannttmachung.
Machung. Okay.
Yeah. Before injunction to civilians, people not knowing what it meant started saying Achtung, Meshan, Meshin, rough, because that's how they would pronounce it, I guess.
Right.
Roughly meaning something bike. Okay. Which transformed into Achtung Bicyclette, Achtung Bicycle, an old expression all people in France still use, tongue-in-cheek, to warn of the presence of bikes. Okay. I don't know why you would need to warn, but I suppose you get out of the way of the bike. There's a bike coming. Yeah, okay. Love it. See? See, the fucking French took the German occupation with more good grace than England takes its occupation of other cities. Fuck me.
Now, that was a big win for the plaintiffs, but that was all the way
Can you
back
tell
in
I've got my
October.
bee in my bonnet about the England fans? I don't know if I've mentioned it yet.
No, did they annoy you, Kevin?
I need to. I've sat on the fence for too long.
October of 2023. At the moment, the case is still sitting in bankruptcy court, and the plaintiffs still can't begin state court proceedings to collect on the judgments.
Apparently, I got it
Meanwhile,
pretty well
Jones has
done.
been
Okay.
having meltdowns on his show.
Thank you.
Calling on his viewers to join hands and form a circle of human shields around his Austin studio.
I just want to fucking stop these people.
Oh god, he's the worst ham actor. He really is. I just want to stop these people. And the raspberry goes to...
They gotta be stopped. We gotta stop them.
Now, obviously, if you're Alex Jones, you need a good bankruptcy lawyer. But if you want a great lawyer, my law firm, the Eagle Team, can
Oh,
help.
you crafty bitch.
Yeah.
Not having this. Not having this, my bird. Fuck off.
May of 2024, plaintiffs filed an emergency motion to convert Free Speech Systems' bankruptcy petition to a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, Chapter 7 bankruptcy is the mean one, where you just liquidate all the assets and cash it all out. The plaintiffs argued, quote, FSS has now lingered in bankruptcy for almost 2 years. At this time, FSS has no prospect of a confirmable plan of reorganization and has failed to demonstrate any hope of beginning to satisfy the Connecticut family's claims. As the court has made clear, it is time for the FSS case to come to a conclusion. The relevant question at this juncture is how it should come to a conclusion. So the plaintiffs proposed converting the bankruptcy petition to a Chapter 7 liquidation. As they argued, quote, a Chapter 7 conversion would allow a trustee to pursue approximately $4 million in potential preference claims that have already been identified by the debtor. The Connecticut families firmly believe the interests of the estate and all creditors would be best served by conversion as opposed to a dismissal of the FSS case in light of the unique circumstances. Jones's public statements over the past 44 hours, which expressed his belief that this court will, quote, wash his hands like Pontius Pilate of the case and thereby enable Jones to regain control of FSS and frustrate creditor claims, even if it requires physically blockading FSS's offices, only reinforce the significant need for conversion. The families point out that while this case has been stalled in bankruptcy court, Free Speech Systems is hemorrhaging money. Quote, total cash on hand and receivables have decreased by over 50% since the petition date, all while FSS has incurred nearly $2.3 million in professional fees since the commencement of the FSS case. FSS's failure to effectuate substantial consummation of a confirmed plan constitutes independent grounds for cause to convert the case. 2 years have passed and FSS has failed to propose any viable plan of reorganization, much less one with creditor support. So what does this mean? Well, if the petition is converted to a liquidation under Chapter 7, it would pave the way for InfoWars to be sold. Free Speech Systems reportedly had about $4 million in cash on hand at the end of April, with $1.9 million in expenses. And since Free Speech Systems owns InfoWars, it would be sold. Judge Lopez ruled that Free Speech Systems can continue to pay its 44 employees their wages and other expenses until the June 14th hearing. And Jones's lawyers said it's possible that Free Speech Systems would withdraw the bankruptcy petition. The court could also just dismiss the bankruptcy case entirely, and in both of those circumstances, the plaintiffs would then be free to start the collection process in state court. Though at the same time, the plaintiffs might actually prefer to have the petition converted to a liquidation simply to ensure that the court retains jurisdiction in the bankruptcy court to rule on that bogus debt attributable to PQPR Holdings. And then there's still the matter of Jones's personal bankruptcy. At the end of May, Jones told his fans that, quote, this is going to be InfoWars' last show because I learned yesterday that they were going to padlock the door and kick us out last night. Jones said that the feds were wandering.
They have not, though, because he's a liar.
Yeah,
Lying
but he
bitch.
likes to profit from his lies.
True.
Around his 127-acre game ranch, and the court gave Jones
Oh,
the
he's
green
such a normal dude. I've just got a 127-acre game ranch and I owe my parents $50 million.
Yeah.
I'm a working class man just like you.
light to sell that ranch. But of course, Jones didn't actually stop broadcasting. He returned on June 1st with claims that the government had padlocked the ranch, but then reversed course after an audit, which is, quote, totally blowing up in their faces right now. But all this is, of course, just
Yeah, he's
theater.
just winning.
The show
Yeah,
is still
yeah.
broadcasting, and Jones asked the bankruptcy court for permission to liquidate his personal assets. Many of Jones's personal possessions and some real estate would be included in the sale, with the proceeds probably going to the Sandy Hook plaintiffs. And it looks like Jones currently has about $9 million in personal assets. And of course, the plaintiffs know they'll never see anything close to the $1 billion from Jones. They offered to settle for $85 million, but Jones would only go as high as $55 million doled out over 10 years. And after the latest hearing, the bankruptcy court agreed to liquidate Jones's personal assets. But what about the fate of free speech systems? Well, one day before the hearing...
Well, you can't... It's called freedom of speech. You can't close that down. Otherwise, you're literally killing his opinion. You're murdering his opinion. That is how it works. Lawrence Fox told me that.
Yeah.
Chapter 5 trustee Melissa Haselden filed
And
a
then he sang you
scathing
a
status
shitty
report.
song.
The greatest song that's ever existed. Christo.
Announcing that the parties could not find a consensual resolution that would have allowed for a Chapter 11 plan. As a result,
I don't think Jones cares much about consent, though, to be honest with you. Just a thought.
she recommended converting all of the proceedings to a Chapter 7 liquidation. Haselden expressed her concern that Jones' quote, increasingly poisonous rhetoric, including slipping back into post-petition unsubstantiated theories related to these Sandy Hook shootings, creates potential additional financial...
Well, here's a conspiracy I haven't heard. Maybe the Sandy Hook shootings were faked in order to get Alex Jones to say that they were faked so that these people could sue him in order to financially ruin him. That
3D chess.
is honestly the you know what? I believe that. I believe that's true. 100%. Show me any nonsense in that, Christy. Show me anything that's not true.
I can't.
Exactly.
harm to the estate. Notably, Haselden found that Jones is still promoting Sandy Hook conspiracy theories. Quote, since June 7, 2024, Jones initiated repeated on-air attacks of the Sandy Hook plaintiffs, including...
Alex Jones is younger than Eminem. Fuck off.
No way.
Alex Jones is only 50. He's literally younger than Eminem.
Wow.
How?
By like a year and a half or 2
He
years.
looks twice his fucking age and
Really
4
does.
times his size. Like, what the
Yeah.
fucking hell? How? Christy?
I don't know.
That's... wow.
I do not know.
That's mental.
promoting new conspiracy theories, continued denigration of the bankruptcy process, and publication of the CRO's photo, and a recording of a telephone call with the CRO, questioning who has authority over the company and that he, Jones, is in charge in all regards, and urged viewers to sponsor and support his father's products since InfoWars is dead. Basically, Jones is promoting his father's company, quote, because his father knew InfoWars would be shut down and urges viewers...
To be fair, he does owe them a lot of money, so promoting them's the least he could do. He does owe them $54 million, and that's totally legitimate and not a complete fucking fraud. No, it's fine.
Million or billion?
Million. Yeah. But I forget which one's the bigger, but yeah, that one.
To support his...
Also, Dr. Jones Naturals.
Yeah.
Is that his titty cam fucking site? He's
Well,
he's big old naturals on the fucking internet. Let's go. Woohoo! Love it.
Family by purchasing from drjonesnaturals.com, and that drjonesnaturals.com has emergency stuff backed up. And Jones made it
To be fair, he is stacked. Yes, that is true.
clear that he was doing this as an end run around the bankruptcy proceedings, saying, quote, wherever we go in the future, whatever happens, that's my dad's company, and he's going to be a sponsor for the future. And although Jones mentions his InfoWars store, he, quote, always alludes to the fact that Jones believes InfoWars may be shut down, and not...
Yeah, that's Matt. He's 18 months younger than fucking Eminem. Jones,
yeah,
February
wow.
74, Eminem, October 72. How?
Hate ages you.
Eminem looks like he's 40?
Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah.
Like, he doesn't look old, whereas Jones looks like he's in his fucking 60s.
Already, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all those
That's
supplements. It's all that
fucking
rage.
Wild.
It's all that rage.
Honestly, but to be fair, his big naturals have held up very well. Like those, you'd expect at his age for them to be droopy as shit, but he has. No,
They're perky.
They are.
Perky.
not deliver products to his customer, which he later walks back and tells customers it may be their last chance. The trustee claims that Jones is also trying to get rid
Yeah,
of...
Jones has been going since the early 90s, so he must have been in, like, what, his early 20s? 20 years old when he got going? That's wild. You should see skinny young Alex Jones. He looks totally different. He wasn't a bad-looking guy, rather than the fucking bloated monster you now see. God. I mean, if anyone has let decadence go to them, it's Jones.
Him.
Yeah.
Years worth of
Literally looks like he hasn't left his chair since the early 90s. Ridiculous.
videos on the InfoWars site. This is problematic because, quote, this content is owned by the debtor and is property of the FSS estate. The trustee believes that some or all of this content is available to the public for free download. However, SSS content should not be used for any commercial purpose by any person other than the debtor. The value of any FSS property should inure to the benefit of the debtors, creditors, or Jones' impending Chapter 7 estate. The trustee is focused first and foremost on employee safety and security. The trustee is also very concerned about the preservation of assets of the estate and payment of administrative obligations incurred during the bankruptcy, including professional compensation, but more importantly, all tax, employee, and costs of business operation. The trustee is concerned about both the behavior of Jones as well as the potential behavior of some of his viewers. Jones's behavior in the recent broadcast is much more erratic and unhinged than his typical rhetoric. Haselden said the court must address questions of authority because, as of right now, employees don't know who they answer to, Jones or the trustees. Without these issues being addressed, quote, FSS Security will not know whether to take direction from Alex Jones or the court-appointed responsible person. So because of all that, the trustee recommended a Chapter 7 conversion. Quote, the
I
trustee
am lost at this point. I don't know what he's saying.
That's fair.
But I take it that he's right. He does seem to know what he's talking about.
believes that there is inventory that can be sold, which would likely yield greater value if sold in a wind down as opposed to a non-operating debtor. There's also potential value in the InfoWars platform. There's a potential for value loss if the debtor does not operate in an orderly wind down. A conversion would permit the potential value of avoidance actions to be retained. But the court rejected the trustee's recommendation, opting instead to dismiss the bankruptcy petition. So InfoWars will not be sold and Jones...
Look, he's naturals. That is... Hello.
You want to go give him a little squeezy?
Pointy. Is it cold
Oh, handful.
outside, Mr. Jones? Hello.
There's a handful there.
They've come to say hello, haven't they? Eh?
can stay at the helm of Free Speech Systems. He can continue to appear on air and spew the same rhetoric that led to this case in the first place. And although the plaintiffs can start collection proceedings in Connecticut and Texas, they are divided about that particular outcome. The Texas plaintiffs are pleased with the results, while the Connecticut families preferred to see InfoWars shut down, even if they received less money. At the hearing, the Connecticut plaintiffs, the U.S. bankruptcy trustee, and the Subchapter 5 trustee advocated for Chapter 7 for all the reasons discussed in the trustee's report.
I'd quite like Alex Jones to, for InfoWars to be shut down, A, because they're a spewer of hate and fucking misinformation, but B, it would out a lot of right-wingers who've been hiding their power level. Because they'd come out and do the freedom is in the pages shit. Yep. And reveal themselves, and that I think would be a worthwhile endeavour, on top of the fact that Alex Jones deserves to not have a platform.
Alex Jones has acted in total bad faith before, and after the verdicts against him, the debt to PQPR is fraudulent. He's shoveling cash out of his business to family and friends, and he's going to keep spewing his conspiracy theories about the plaintiffs. They also preferred to keep the court-appointed restructuring officer at the helm of Free Speech Systems rather than see Jones retain control of InfoWars. So if Judge Lopez agreed to convert the case to Chapter 7, then the bankruptcy court would retain jurisdiction over the case and over supervision. But the plaintiffs had different incentives. The Texas plaintiffs are Scarlett Lewis and Neil Heslin, parents of 6-year-old Jesse, who was killed at Sandy Hook. Heslin and Lewis did not join their Connecticut counterparts because the Texas plaintiffs stood to gain more financially if the case was dismissed. And here's why. Heslin and Lewis got their judgment first, but it was much smaller than what the Connecticut Sandy Hook plaintiffs got. It was $4.1 million in compensatory damages and $45.2 million in punitive damages. And there's a good chance that the Texas Supreme Court will eventually reduce the amount of the jury verdict because Texas law on punitive damages only allows plaintiffs to collect up to twice what was awarded in economic compensatory damages, in addition to the amount awarded in non-economic compensatory.
It'll be $8 million then or something.
4 plus 8, right?
Yeah.
So double. So presumably it's double and then added.
Yeah, okay.
Compensatory damages, which is limited to $750,000. The upshot of this is that if the appeals court reduces the punitive damage award, the parents could wind up collecting only about $4.8 million of that $50 million verdict. And if the case was stayed in bankruptcy court, then the 20 Connecticut plaintiffs would have been entitled to a much bigger pro rata share because they were awarded $1.5 billion. If there is no bankruptcy, then all the plaintiffs can just start the collections process. And they don't have...
Well, they should have just got in touch with the Texas lot and be like, look, they're going to award us a fuck ton of money. We'll probably be able to collect some of that. Whatever you were going to get from your client, we'll just fucking give you that money between us. Fuck it. We'll give you $4 million, which is what you were going to get anyway, or something.
Yeah, I don't know how that works if they can do that.
Well, no, they would have to be like nudge, nudge, wink, wink, I guess. Which I suppose the Texas people would be like, well, I don't fucking trust you. I don't even know you. Anyway, I don't know.
have to wait to see each dollar distributed according to who is owed the largest share. And if there is no bankruptcy, then Free Speech Systems is not in liquidation, meaning that the plaintiffs can just go right ahead to state court with no waiting. So the Texas plaintiffs were willing to take their chances with Jones back at the helm
He
of...
looks sad. Can we put him out of
Good.
his misery? Can we send him to
Good.
Switzerland? Or Canada? They did that in Canada. That would be nearer, wouldn't it? Can we drive him to Canada?
Free Speech Systems, and that's ultimately what Judge Lopez decided to do. He felt it was in the best interest of all creditors to allow plaintiffs to go through the state courts. The bankruptcy court can only babysit a company for so long. If Free Speech Systems was in Chapter 7 liquidation, then there would also be a lot of fees to the various trustees, accountants, lawyers, and other professionals who were brought in to oversee the liquidation, and that shrinks the pool of available funds even smaller. So, in essence, Jones succeeded in pitting two sets of plaintiffs against each other. And now the Texas families will try to outflank the Connecticut families in state court and probably vice versa. And what does that mean for InfoWars? Well, as for the actual broadcast, probably nothing. The show is still on air, and of course, the more money InfoWars makes, the better it is for plaintiffs, theoretically. Although the Connecticut and Texas plaintiffs disagree about that, the Connecticut Sandy Hook parents and their lawyers...
Swirly, you do seem to have rather missed my point. I didn't say send him to Canada to live. Literally the opposite of that.
Say that they'd rather have InfoWars off the air, but even if InfoWars went away, it's unlikely that Jones would ever shut up about Sandy Hook. And he'd still be able to start another company and produce shows saying all the same things. But right now, Free Speech Systems is in the hands of...
That's wild. You can just start a new company and be like, oh, okay, we'll go again. Like it's nothing. Like there's no...
America! Fuck yeah!
I think you can just basically do that in Britain too, I think. You go bankrupt, you just start a new company.
Donald Trump's done it, yeah. Well, how many times has he declared bankruptcy?
Right, exactly, yeah.
Board-appointed trustee. That's because Jones is the owner of FSS and Jones is in personal bankruptcy. His shares of FSS are up for grabs during the collections process, and Jones observed, quote, "I do not now own InfoWars. It is now controlled by the court trustee. I'm the CEO and the decision maker. Now a personal bankruptcy trustee will assume control over Jones's interest in Free Speech Systems. And the trustee's job will be to maximize the value of Jones's ownership interest in Free Speech Systems. And although that could mean forcing the company to be sold, I'm not sure that would add a whole lot of value.
You have to show this as Christie might need to stay in Europe due to the American heat wave is literally killing people.
Well, thank you, Thinking Cybercat.
This morning, the
By the way,
heat
Thinking
is on.
Cybercat, did you know that you're a bourgeois degenerate? We had a lovely person the other day come in and ask about why you're such a fucking bourgeois degenerate furry. So I don't know if you've been making waves.
Yeah, we had a sort of Marxist, a Marxist critique of furry culture as being too bourgeois. It wasn't apparently what the problem wasn't the furry bit; it was the bourgeois bit.
The bourgeois
bit.
Yeah.
It was the cost.
Yeah, the fursuits are really expensive, and that's literally the only aspect of fur culture that I'm aware
made
of.
them very upset.
Yeah, they were very unfortunate. Yeah. So you've been making some enemies. You've been making some fucking enemies. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, Christy, the link is there if you want to go and check out the American Heatwave thing that the fucking bourgeois degenerate filth has just posted. But also thank you for the money.
To the company itself because the company's value is so closely dependent on Jones's personality. Free Speech Systems has about $6 million in cash, and the plaintiffs will probably fight over that money. And as long as the company is a going concern, theoretically it can generate more money that could eventually go to the plaintiffs. Though it does allow for the possibility that Jones will continue to play shenanigans and just siphon money out to his parents and friends. And as a result, the Connecticut plaintiffs asked Judge Lopez to issue orders directing how the trustee managed Free Speech Systems, but he indicated that he would not do so. He said, quote, "I was never asked to shut down a show today. That was never going to happen." And you can see how this would be unfair to the plaintiffs. Jones acted in bad faith in every lawsuit filed against him, and he refused to follow court orders, which is why there are 2 default judgments. He filed for bankruptcy before the 2 court verdicts, and then filed under Subchapter 5, and then invented a fake $54 million in debt. And he's diverting assets from FSS to his dad's supplement company, and after the hearing, he was preaching on the courthouse steps about how the grieving parents were part of a vast conspiracy against him. But on the other hand, it's possible some of that might be clawed back, and as a going concern, it's generating more revenue that might eventually pay off the plaintiffs. Though if I were Alex Jones's parents, I probably wouldn't do much with that money because people are going to be scrutinizing it. Now, meanwhile, the plaintiffs have filed a lawsuit in Texas alleging that Jones allegedly diverted money from FSS to other companies, and they allege that Jones withdrew at least $18 million from the company. Now, if you were going to completely revamp the InfoWars show to stop lying and make logical sense, you'd probably need the power of AI. And a great place to start converting Jones...
No. Thank you. Wow. As we've had Scottish love tonight, let's end with a bit of banter, I reckon.
Okay.
Just as a palate cleanser.
Hey, ready? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Kenneth, are we ready?
Yes.
She's going to disappear, right. What did you think of that, Kenneth?
Can I say something?
Yeah, say
That
something.
was shite.
Alright.
Scottish base con 150.
Oh! Oh, that's worse than just falling in. He's getting repeated face donkings. At that point, just drop into the water and go.
You're kidding.
Like a fucking, like one of them ducks.
That's some core work.
One of
there.
them ducks that like sucks the water out of the thing and bobs back.
Yeah, you won't answer, will you? Because you know what you've done wrong. Those boys asked me yesterday when I went to Tesco's to buy them pancakes for their bloomin' breakfast today. And what have you done? You've eaten 5 pancakes to yourself. You're a greedy, selfish boy. You bring me back a packet of pancakes for these boys tonight. I'm furious, Jack. That's just the height of greed to eat 5 pancakes. Do you think I just bought them all for you? You're a selfish git.
Theo, derecho, top bang.
Anyone else?
We certainly do. We've got Doris on the line from Glasgow.
Oh, hello, Doris. Hello, Doris. Hello, hi. So what's your view? Should we be teaching kids to sing a national anthem, maybe a Scottish one?
Can I have 2 fish suppers and 2 cans of iron beer, please?
Thank you very much, Doris. Okay, really good viewpoint there.
Oh.
What did you think was going to happen?
My. No!
And I bet he's got no fucking shoes on, the prat.
Oh, of course, bare feet.
Yeah.
Of course, bare feet.
Ready?
Right.
You're not going out like that.
It's cold. What?
Who's been in all the drink?
Me and a few others.
Right, that's your meter wages too. For £50 back for just drink.
Aye, it's £8 table wine.
My Henry Weston's are missing out the fridge and all.
That's like £3 a bottle.
50 quid we're going.
A bottle?
50 quid, we're rounding it up to 50 quid.
Oh, and I forgot my arse was lined with diamonds and all.
50 quid it is.
No bounces.
That's not Scottish. Oh!
Is that Mum?
Chris, you on the head?
Oh! Don't fucking help the kid, no.
Ready, what's got to do it? Oh, God, slot drop.
Slot drop.
Ready? What, the slot drop then?
Aye.
You need to get it.
Go on.
Why they didn't get independence.
Oh no.
This is just look inwards to understand why you never won independence.
No. There we go. What's he got? What's he got?
What's that, Asda?
Where's the vaccine?
And more.
Riding a beach scene.
What's it? Would you not like it?
Where did you... How did you come back with a beard, do you?
What, you not like maybe no beard?
No, you know I don't.
I fucking hate that then.
What the fuck is that? Oh my god!
Okay, apparently she didn't like the haircut. Fair enough. Okay, well, on that hairless bombshell.
Yeah, and that dome shell.
Exactly. Christy, what have thou got coming up on your channel?
Yeah, not much. Probably a trip to Scotland. So I don't know. This might be my last show for a bit.
Yeah.
Oh well, no. I guess we'll see how it goes on Wednesday because I fly out Thursday, kind of late morning. So could maybe do Wednesday next week. But let me see. I already I have gotten ahead. I have to do a head start on like getting my flat ready and getting my packing, and I've done that. So
Christy, you're assuming that the England fans aren't going to burn the city down on Tuesday. So like,
yeah, that's true.
Like there might not be actual communications with Cologne.
Yeah, I might not have a laptop anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you got coming up on your channel, Kev?
More shite.
Yeah, I was getting a bit. I've been listening to too much Scottish accents. It's starting to kind of like seep into me. Giggity.
I'm going to send everyone over to Adrian Vixen, who's
nice.
a good person.
And also, you should totally do drag, Kevin. You can totally pull it off.
I don't want to put enough effort in to look normal, let alone look awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much effort. Look how... You see how much fucking time they put into looking nice? Fuck that. It's oppressive to me that I have to shower.
Shit, shower and a shave is too much for you.
Well, it's not too much. I do it because I don't want to smell. But, like, it's... It's just... Oh, it's so... I know, honestly, people have low standards. If people put higher standards on things they will fuck, I would do more. But they don't. I don't have to. So, you know what I mean? I can get my end away and not have to put any effort in. So I just don't need to. There's no incentive for me,
like,
frankly.
Look, if you're gonna fuck this anyway, why should
exactly.
I try?
Why bother? Yeah.
I'm not gonna get any more out of it than getting fucked. I mean, that's the best, right?
Exactly.
That's peak.
Exactly.
Okay.
And on that bombshell, it's good night from me. Good night.
Yeah, I guess.
Fucking end me. Right. It's goodbye from me and goodbye from Christy. Say, Achtung, bicyclette.
Achtung, bicyclette.